Welcome to Whispers of the Moon, a magical journey designed to guide you into the deepest of sleeps. My name is Eldrin, and I'm so happy to have your company tonight. Allow yourself to settle into a comfortable place where you can relax and let go of the day. This evening, we'll visit a world where dreams and magic come alive. In a small, quiet village nestled at the foot of rolling hills, the sun has just set, painting the sky with hues of purple and gold. The air is cool, a slight breeze rustling. The trees carrying the earthy scent of fresh grass and blooming flowers. The full moon rises, its pale light spreading across the landscape like a blanket of warmth and wonder. The moon, full and glowing, shines down from the heavens, casting a soft, silvery glow on the world below. Everything is still, everything is calm. But tonight, something extraordinary is about to happen. Something that will take us far beyond the hills, into a world where the moon's whispers guide us toward an adventure like no other. Setting the mood, as the village rests in peaceful slumber, we focus on a small house at the edge of the woods. In a cozy bedroom, a young girl named Lila lies in bed, gazing out the window at the moonlit night. She is filled with a sense of wonder, a longing for something beyond the ordinary. She has always been drawn to the moon, feeling as though it is calling her, beckoning her to discover something magical. Tonight, the moon is brighter than usual. Lila feels its pull, the soft whispers it sends on the wind. There is a story, she thinks, waiting for her to hear it. She closes her eyes and listens. The moon seems to hum a gentle melody, like a lullaby from a distant world. As the minutes pass, the moon's whisper grows louder, clearer. Lila can almost hear the words, though they are faint. Come, Lila, the world beyond awaits. Lila is a curious, kind-hearted girl with bright, inquisitive eyes and a gentle smile. She is known for her love of the night sky, often spending hours outside, her gaze fixed on the stars, tracing constellations in the dark. There's something about the quiet of the night that feels familiar to her, like the moon holds secrets she is meant to uncover. In the village, people often say that Lila is different, not in a bad way, of course, but there's something about her, something special. She's a dreamer, always imagining what lies beyond the hills, beyond the quiet village life. Though she's surrounded by people who love her, she feels a yearning deep inside, as though she was meant for something greater than the ordinary world she knows. Lila's parents, warm and caring, have always encouraged her to follow her heart. They often tell her, there's a great big world out there. Lila, don't be afraid to explore it. But how can one explore the world when everything seems so far away? As the seasons pass, Lila's longing grows. She dreams of grand adventures, of magical creatures, and places where the sky stretches endlessly. Yet, in the quiet of her village, it feels as if the world is held at arm's length, and no matter how hard she tries, she can never quite reach it. Tonight, as she lies in bed, Lila thinks of the stories her grandmother used to tell her. Tales of ancient forests, enchanted rivers, and stars that whispered in the night. She believes that somewhere, hidden beneath the veil of reality, lies the adventure she's been waiting for. Just as the last remnants of daylight disappear and the world is bathed in moonlight, something unexpected happens. Lila feels a strange pull in her chest, a sensation that something is calling her. It's not just the whisper of the wind or the distant song of crickets. It's something deeper, more profound. The moon, as if aware of her longing, seems to grow brighter, its light bathing the entire village in a soft glow. Lila sits up in bed, her heart pounding. She can hear it now, soft whispers like the rustling of leaves. She doesn't know if she's imagining it or if it's real, but she can feel the words beckoning her. Come, Lila, the world beyond awaits. With trembling hands, she opens her window, leaning out into the cool night air. There, in the distance, she sees something, a soft, glowing light, pulsing in time with the whispers. It comes from the edge of the forest where the trees stand tall and mysterious. Lila knows what she must do. She's been waiting for this moment, though she never expected it to come so suddenly. With a sense of anticipation, she grabs her warm cloak, ties her shoes, and steps into the night. The path through the woods is quiet, the only sounds being the soft crunch of leaves beneath her feet and the distant hoot of an owl. The further she walks, the more the light seems to grow, guiding her towards something unknown. As she reaches the edge of the forest, the light intensifies, illuminating a small clearing where an ancient stone wall stands, surrounded by soft, glowing flowers. At the center of the clearing, Lila finds a golden key lying on the ground, its surface covered in tiny moonlit runes. She bends down and picks it up, her fingers brushing against the cool metal. The whispers seem to crescendo, filling her ears with a chorus of ethereal voices. Unlock the door, Lila. Your journey begins now. She feels a surge of courage and determination. Holding the key tightly in her hand, Lila approaches the well, noticing a hidden door that had once been invisible. With a steady breath, she inserts the key into the lock and turns it. As the door creaks open, Lila steps through and into the unknown. The moment she crosses the threshold, she is engulfed in a soft, shimmering light. The ground beneath her feet feels different, lighter, softer, like walking on clouds. She looks around, her eyes widening in awe. Before her stretches a vast, enchanted forest, unlike any she has ever seen. The trees are taller, their trunks wrapped in glowing vines that pulse with the rhythm of the moon. The air smells sweet and fresh, like wildflowers and rain. The stars above twinkle brighter than ever, their light reflecting off the silver river that flows nearby. The moon's glow seems to touch everything in this world, casting long shadows and creating a dreamlike atmosphere. It feels as though Lila has stepped into a world where the very fabric of reality is woven from magic. At the center of the clearing, Lila sees a figure standing tall, being made of light and shadow, with glowing eyes that reflect the stars. The figure is dressed in flowing robes of silver and blue, and its voice echoes in the air like a soft, distant melody. I am Celesta, guardian of the moon's light, the figure says, its voice both soothing and powerful. You have been chosen, Lila, for a journey beyond your imagination. The moon has called you to help restore balance to the world of dreams. Lila stands, transfixed by the sight of this ethereal being. Celesta continues, you must follow the moon's path, discover the lost realms, and face the challenges that lie ahead. Only then can you return the moon's light to where it is most needed. With a sense of both fear and excitement, Lila nods. She knows that her adventure has only just begun and that the path before her is filled with mystery and wonder. Celesta guides Lila through the magical forest, her wings shimmering as she moves. The path ahead is lit by floating orbs of light, which seem to dance around them, their glow growing brighter as they walk. The forest is alive with magic whispers in the trees, laughter in the air, and creatures that flit between shadows and light. Lila is in awe of the beauty surrounding her, but at the same time, she feels a sense of unease. What lies ahead? What is the true purpose of her journey? Celesta seems to sense her thoughts. Do not fear, young one. The journey will test you, but it will also reveal your strength and your heart. The moon has chosen you for this very reason. You have the courage to face the unknown. As they continue, Celesta explains the mission that Lila must undertake. She must travel to the land of lost dreams, where the moon's light has faded. Only by rekindling the light can the dreams of the world below be restored. Lila listens carefully, absorbing every word. She knows that this is the adventure she's always dreamed of, the very thing that will give her life meaning and purpose. As Lila and Celesta continue their journey deeper into the forest, the path becomes darker, the trees taller and more imposing. The air grows cooler, and the once gentle breeze has now become a faint whisper, as though the very forest itself is speaking in secret to those who walk within it. The ground beneath their feet softens, each step almost feeling as though they are walking on a carpet of moss. Strange flowers bloom along the path, their petals glowing faintly, casting eerie shadows. The silence of the forest is interrupted only by the occasional flutter of wings as night creatures take flight overhead. Lila can feel the weight of the magic in the air, thick and palpable, like an unseen presence. Her senses are heightened. Every rustling leaf, every gust of wind, every shadow seems alive with intent. It is as if the forest itself is aware of her presence and watching her every move. "This is the heart of the Nightwood," Celesta says in a soft voice, her silver wings shimmering like moonlight. "This place holds many secrets, and those who wander here often find themselves lost, not physically, but in their own minds. Shadows here are not mere darkness. They are born from doubts, fears, and unanswered questions." Lila listens intently, her heart beating a little faster. The forest feels different now, and she senses that something important is about to happen. They continue walking, the path narrowing until it leads them to a large clearing. In the center stands a massive, ancient tree, its bark covered in glowing symbols that shift and change like the phases of the moon. This is no ordinary tree. It is the tree of reflection, and it is here that Lila's first challenge will unfold. Celesta stops before the tree and gestures for Lila to do the same. "This tree will show you what you are truly afraid of. It reflects the innermost fears that you carry within your heart. To proceed, you must face them and find the courage to overcome them." Lila's stomach tightens. She has heard stories of such trees that reveal one's deepest, darkest fears. She had never thought it would be part of her journey. The moon's whispers had called her to adventure, yes, but facing her own fears is something she never anticipated. "What do I have to do?" Lila asks, her voice a little shaky. "Approach the tree," Celesta says softly, "and the tree will show you what you need to face. There is no avoiding it, Lila. Only by confronting your fear can you continue your journey." Lila takes a deep breath, her heart pounding in her chest. She walks slowly toward the tree of reflection, its bark glowing with an eerie light. As she steps closer, the symbols on the tree seem to shift, forming shapes and images that flicker in and out of view. For a moment, the world around Lila seems to blur. The air grows thick, and the ground beneath her feet feels unstable. She stumbles slightly but steadies herself. The tree's branches seem to stretch toward her, and as she gazes into the heart of the tree, the whispers grow louder, echoing her own thoughts, her own fears. Narrator, Lila's inner thoughts. What if I am not strong enough? What if I fail? What if I am not meant for this adventure? The tree begins to glow brighter, the symbols now forming into images that swirl before her eyes. At first, the images are vague, but they soon become clearer. Lila sees herself standing alone, facing an insurmountable challenge. She watches as she hesitates, unable to move, unable to act. And then she hears it, the voice of doubt, her own voice, whispering to her, telling her that she is not brave enough, not smart enough, not strong enough to succeed. Lila's heart races. She sees herself standing before an impossible task, and there's a deep, sinking feeling in her chest. The fear of failure, of not being good enough, rises within her. She feels a chill in the air, and the image of her own weakness fills her mind like a dark cloud. But just as the fear begins to overwhelm her, a familiar warmth spreads through her. The soft glow of the moonlight seems to embrace her, soothing her nerves. Lila remembers the gentle whisper of the moon, the promise it had made to guide her. Through this journey, you're stronger than you know. Trust in yourself. Trust in the moon's light. Lila's breath steadies and the fear begins to fade. She looks again at the image of herself standing alone. This time, however, she sees a different version of herself, one who is not afraid, who stands tall and strong, who faces the challenge. Head on, her reflection shifts and changes, showing Lila how she can overcome her doubts. She sees herself take the first step forward, her heart filled with courage. She faces the challenge with resolve, using the light of the moon to guide her way. She realizes that the fear she feels is not a sign of weakness, but a part of the journey that she must embrace. Lila takes a deep breath and steps closer to the tree. The images of fear begin to fade, replaced by a vision of her standing at the edge of the world, her heart filled with confidence and clarity. The whispers grow softer and the moon's light grows brighter, filling the clearing with a serene glow. I can do this, Lila thinks, her voice strong and certain. With a final determined step, Lila reaches out and touches the trunk of the tree of reflection. The glowing symbols swirl around her, and for a moment, the world seems to freeze. She feels a surge of energy course through her, and then, just as quickly, the glow fades. The tree's branches shift back into place, and the clearing is once again bathed in soft moonlight. Celesta steps forward and smiles at Lila. You have faced your first challenge. Lila, you have shown that you can confront your fears and rise above them. The moon's light is strong within you. Lila stands tall, a sense of pride swelling in her chest. She feels lighter, as if a heavy weight has been lifted from her shoulders. The fear that once clouded her heart is gone, replaced by a newfound strength. She realizes now that this journey is not just about discovering the magical world, it is about discovering her own strength, her own courage. You are ready to continue, Lila, Celesta says with a gentle nod. The path ahead is still long, but now you carry the light of the moon with you, and nothing can dim that light. With the gentle glow of the tree of reflection still lingering in her heart, Lila steps away from the ancient trunk, her body lighter than before. The soft breeze that once felt heavy now seems to carry with it a fresh sense of possibility. The weight of her doubts has been lifted, and the moon's silver light continues to shine brightly, guiding her toward the next step of her journey. As Celesta watches her, a soft smile appears on the Guardian's face. You have proven your strength, Lila. The first challenge was but a test of your spirit, and you have passed it with grace. Lila nods, feeling a surge of confidence. She hadn't known that she carried such courage within her. The shadows of her fears have faded, and with each passing moment, she feels more attuned to the magical world around her. She's no longer just a visitor here, she's becoming part of this world, just as much as the trees, the moon, and the whispers that seem to carry from the depths of the night. But your journey is far from over, Celesta adds, her voice both comforting and serious. The moon's light guides us all, but it also reveals the path of trials. The next step in your journey lies at the heart of the Forgotten Forest. There, you will face a greater challenge, one that will test not only your courage, but your ability to trust in the unknown. Lila feels a flutter of nervousness stir in her chest, but she swallows it down. The tree's lessons still echo in her mind. Fear is only a shadow, a fleeting moment that she can overcome if she stays true to herself and to the light within her. The journey to the Forgotten Forest. The path to the Forgotten Forest is not far, but as Celesta leads Lila forward, the landscape around them shifts. The trees grow denser, their branches stretching high into the sky, blocking out most of the moon's light. It feels as though the forest is alive, watching them, waiting. The air grows cooler, and a thick mist begins to settle around their feet, swirling like liquid silver. As they venture deeper, Lila's steps become more cautious. The silence in this part of the forest is oppressive, broken only by the occasional rustling of leaves or the soft snap of a twig beneath her boots. The faint glow of fireflies dances around them, but their light feels dimmer here, as if they too are holding their breath. "This is the forgotten forest," Celesta murmurs, her voice a little quieter now. "It is a place where memories are kept and the past lingers in the shadows. It is not a place for the faint of heart." Lila feels the weight of the words settle over her like a thick blanket. She doesn't know why, but the forest feels different from the rest of the magical world. Here, she can almost feel the presence of countless stories and forgotten dreams, all wrapped in layers of time. She wonders what challenges await her in this strange, mysterious place. A strange encounter. After what feels like hours of walking through the dense fog, the mist begins to clear. Before them stands a towering stone archway, its surface etched with strange symbols, worn and weathered by time. The archway seems ancient, as if it has stood here for centuries, waiting for someone to pass through it. Lila hesitates for a moment, her heart racing. "What is this place, Celesta? What lies beyond?" "It is the entrance to the heart of the forgotten forest," Celesta replies. "Beyond this archway lies the trial of trust. Here, you will be tested not by your strength, but by your ability to trust in the unknown." Lila takes a deep breath, stepping forward, her heart pounding in her chest. She doesn't know what lies beyond, but something tells her that this challenge is crucial and that it will shape the rest of her journey. As she steps through the archway, the forest around them shifts again, and the air feels colder, more distant. The sky above seems to fade into darkness, and all light vanishes save for the soft glow of the moon. In the distance, Lila sees a figure moving through the fog, a shadowy form, tall and draped in flowing robes. The figure's face is obscured, hidden in the darkness, but Lila feels an overwhelming sense of curiosity. Who is this figure? What do they want? With a steady breath, Lila steps forward. The figure turns toward her, its movement swift and graceful, like a shadow slipping through the night. When it speaks, its voice is low, almost melodic, yet full of mystery. "You have entered the trial of trust," the figure says. "To proceed, you must place your trust in what you cannot see, what you do not understand. The path ahead is uncertain, and only those who can trust in the unseen may continue." The trial of trust. Lila steps closer, feeling a strange pull toward the figure. Something in their voice, something in the way they speak, compels her to listen. "What do I need to do?" she asks, her voice steady but filled with anticipation. "You must let go of your fears and trust that the path will reveal itself when the time is right," the figure replies. "Close your eyes and listen. Trust in the moon's light to guide you through the darkness. The path is not visible, but it will become clear to you if you trust the magic that flows through the world." Lila feels a shiver run down her spine. Trust. It is such a simple word, yet so powerful. She has trusted herself before, and the tree of reflection has shown her that she is capable of overcoming her fears. But this is different. This is the unknown, the uncharted. How can she trust in something she cannot see? Despite the hesitation that wells up within her, Lila knows she must try. She closes her eyes, the darkness around her absolute. The forest, the fog, the figure, they all fade into the background. The only thing that remains is the soft, rhythmic beating of her heart and the gentle pull of the moonlight. In the stillness, Lila feels a shift, a gentle push, as though the world itself is inviting her forward. A soft breeze whispers through the trees, its cool touch caressing her face, as if the very air is alive with possibility. The ground beneath her feet shifts, firm yet yielding, guiding her forward without a single word. Lila takes a step, then another, her feet moving sure and steady, as if the world has opened up beneath her. The path ahead begins to glow faintly, the soft shimmer of the moonlight illuminating her way. It is as though the forest itself has embraced her trust, showing her the way. The reveal, as Lila walks forward, the figure watches her, its face still obscured. But now, as the fog begins to lift and the moon's light shines brighter, Lila can see the figure more clearly. It is not a creature or a being, but a reflection of herself, her own image. Draped in glowing robes, her eyes filled with wisdom and confidence. "This is your true self, Lila," the figure speaks, its voice now clear and gentle. "The one who trusts in the unknown, who steps into darkness with faith. You are the one who carries the moon's light, and with it, the power to navigate the unseen." Lila smiles softly, feeling the truth of the figure's words settle in her heart. She understands now trust is not about knowing every step of the journey, but believing that the path will reveal itself when the time is right, and she has the strength to walk it, no matter how uncertain the way. "You have passed the trial of trust, Lila," the figure says, stepping aside to reveal the path ahead. "The forest is no longer a place of darkness, but one of light. Continue on your journey, and the moon will always guide your way." After passing through the trial of trust, Lila feels a newfound sense of freedom, her heart lighter than it has ever been. The forest around her seems to welcome her, its branches swaying in approval. The mist that had once veiled her path now lifts, revealing a landscape unlike anything she's ever seen before. The night sky stretches endlessly above her, the stars brighter than ever, their light reflected in the sparkling river that winds its way through the land. Lila takes a deep breath, the air cool and fragrant with the scent of night-blooming flowers. She feels as though she's stepped into a dream, a world that exists just beyond the veil of reality, a place where the laws of the ordinary world no longer apply. As she walks along the riverbank, she notices that the water shimmers with an otherworldly glow, its surface reflecting not just the moon, but also the stars themselves. It's as if the river is a mirror to the sky, blurring the lines between the heavens and the earth. "This is the land of dreams," Celesta's voice sounds behind her, filled with reverence. "It is a place where all dreams are born and all wishes are granted. Here, the impossible is made real, and the boundaries between the dream world and the waking world dissolve." Lila looks around in awe, her senses overwhelmed by the sheer beauty of the place. Trees that appear to be made of silver stand tall beside the river, their leaves glowing softly like ethereal lanterns. Flowers with petals of shimmering light bloom along the banks, casting radiant reflections onto the water. The very air feels alive, humming with magic and possibility. At the heart of this enchanted land stands a grand palace, its towers stretching high into the sky, shimmering in the moonlight. The palace is unlike anything Lila has ever seen. Its walls are made of pure crystal, sparkling and shifting in color with every passing moment. It seems to pulse with life, as though the palace itself is breathing, alive with the energy of countless dreams. The path to the dream palace. Celesta leads Lila toward the palace, her wings fluttering softly in the breeze. The path they walk is lined with strange and wondrous creatures, dream beings, born of the imagination. Some are winged, their feathers shimmering like the night sky. Others are made of flowing light, their forms constantly shifting and changing. Lila feels a sense of awe as she walks past them, the creatures watching her with curious eyes, their forms radiant and full of wonder. Some smile at her as she passes, while others offer soft whispers of encouragement as if they too are part of her journey. The path to the dream palace is long, but it doesn't feel tiresome. The air here seems to fill her with energy, and each step she takes feels lighter than the last. As they approach the palace gates, Lila notices that the sky above them has begun to change. The stars are fading, replaced by soft swirls of glowing light, like a constellation of dreams being born right before her eyes. The Dream Palace is a place of great power, Celesta explains as they approach the gates. It is where the dreams of all beings, both living and imagined, are stored and given form. But it is also a place of great responsibility. Here you will be asked to make a choice that will shape the course of your journey. Entering the Dream Palace, when they reach the palace gates, they are greeted by a group of dream keepers, ethereal beings who seem to be made entirely of light. Their faces are gentle and serene, their eyes filled with kindness and wisdom. As they approach, one of the dream keepers steps forward, bowing deeply before Celesta. "Welcome, Celesta," the dream keeper says in a voice as soft as the wind. "We have been expecting you and the one who has come to face the trials." The dream keeper turns to Lila, and for a moment, their gaze holds hers. There is no judgment, only understanding. Lila feels a deep sense of peace wash over her, as though this place has been waiting for her arrival for centuries. "You have come to the Dream Palace, Lila," the Dreamkeeper continues. "Here, you will face the Dreamkeeper's choice. It is a decision that will determine not only your path forward, but the future of the dreams that live within you." Lila listens intently, her heart beating a little faster. She feels the weight of the decision pressing down on her, but there is no fear in her heart, only a deep sense of curiosity. She knows that this choice is important, but she is not sure what it will mean for her or for the world she is exploring. The Dreamkeeper's choice. The Dreamkeeper leads Lila and Celesta inside the palace, where the walls glow with the soft light of countless dreams. The palace is vast and filled with rooms that seem to stretch on forever, each one filled with shimmering light and the whispers of forgotten hopes and desires. At the center of the palace lies a large chamber, its walls lined with shelves that stretch all the way up to the sky. Each shelf is filled with glowing orbs, each one representing a different dream, a wish, a hope, a memory. Lila gazes at the orbs in awe, each one filled with swirling colors and patterns that seem to dance and shift with a life of their own. Some of the orbs are small, while others are large enough to fill the room. There is one orb at the very center of the chamber that seems to glow brighter than all the rest. It is surrounded by a ring of light, and the air around it feels charged with energy. "This is the Dreamkeeper's choice," the Dreamkeeper explains, gesturing to the orb. Inside this orb lies the heart of your journey. It holds the truth of your path forward and the choice you must make. Lila steps forward, drawn to the orb by a force she cannot explain. She reaches out and touches its surface, and in that instant, the world around her seems to fade away. She is no longer in the Dream Palace, but in a vast, endless expanse of stars and light. The vision of choices before her, countless pathways stretch out, each one bathed in light. Each path seems to lead to a different world, a different version of her future. She can see herself standing at the edge of an ocean, her heart full of wonder. She sees herself soaring through the skies on the wings of a great bird, free and unburdened. Another path shows her walking through a lush forest, her heart filled with peace and serenity. The choices are endless, each one beautiful in its own way. A voice whispers in the darkness, gentle but clear. "Choose, Lila, the path you take will shape your destiny. Choose with your heart and trust that the moon's light will guide you." Lila feels a wave of uncertainty wash over her. How can she choose when each path is filled with so much promise? She longs to walk them all, to experience every possibility. But she knows that she can only choose one. The choice will be difficult, but it must be made. The moment of decision, as she stands at the crossroads of endless paths, Lila closes her eyes and takes a deep breath. She recalls the lessons of the trials she has faced so far, the lessons of courage, trust, and strength. She remembers the Glow of the moon, always there to guide her, even in the darkest moments. With a steady hand, Lila reaches forward, her heart calm and certain. She chooses the path that feels right, the one that resonates with her deepest dreams. As she does, the light around her intensifies, the stars shifting into constellations that seem to form a new path, a path uniquely hers. The world around her shimmers and fades, and she feels herself being pulled back toward the dream palace. When she opens her eyes, she is standing once again before the Dreamkeeper, the orb, now glowing softly in her hand. The Dreamkeeper's approval. The Dreamkeeper smiles, a look of approval in their eyes. You have made your choice, Lila. You have trusted your heart, and the moon's light will guide you on the path you have chosen. Lila feels a deep sense of peace wash over her. She knows that no matter where this journey takes her, she is ready. The path she has chosen is hers to walk, and she will do so with courage and with the light of the moon by her side. Lila walks deeper into the land of dreams, the glow of the dream palace now fading behind her. She feels a sense of lightness in her chest, the weight of her choice having settled comfortably in her heart. As she steps away from the shimmering gates, the landscape shifts once again, becoming more fluid, more magical. The soft breeze now carries the scent of jasmine and vanilla, and the stars above twinkle with an extra glow, as though celebrating her choice. The path before her is bathed in soft moonlight, but instead of continuing through the familiar, ethereal landscape of the palace, the terrain transforms into something even more wondrous. The ground is now a deep shade of violet, like an ocean of twilight beneath her feet. The sky above is a swirl of colors, soft blues merging into purples and golds. The trees that line the path are unlike any Lila has seen, tall and slender, with trunks that appear to be made of glass, their leaves shimmering with the light of distant galaxies. Lila is struck by the beauty of it all. There is no end to the wonders in this place. It feels like the very fabric of dreams has been woven together to create a land of infinite possibilities. Her footsteps are soft, the earth welcoming her as though it has been waiting for her to arrive. As she continues along the path, the air becomes alive with the sound of music, a melody that floats on the wind, sweet and enchanting. You've made your choice, Celesta's voice calls from behind her, gentle but proud. Now, you must meet those who will walk with you through the next stage of your journey. There are others in this land, creatures born of dreams, who have their own paths and stories to tell. You will need them, and they will need you. The magical beings of the dreamland. As Celesta speaks, Lila notices movement in the distance. The trees ahead shimmer, and out of the shadows step a group of magical beings, each one unique and radiant in its own way. Lila halts in her tracks, her heart racing with excitement and curiosity. The figures before her are unlike anything she's ever seen, their forms both beautiful and mysterious. The first to approach is a creature that appears to be made entirely of stardust. It floats gracefully toward Lila, its form shifting with each movement. Its body is a soft, glowing mist, with tiny flecks of light twinkling like distant stars. Its eyes are wide and liquid, reflecting the entire sky, and as it comes closer, it speaks in a voice that sounds like a soft melody, as though it is both part of the air and part of the universe. Hello, Lila, the creature says, its voice warm and welcoming. I am Orion, a dream voyager. I roam the dreamlands, seeking those who are lost and helping them find their way. Lila's eyes widen in awe as Orion hovers in front of her. The creature radiates peace and warmth, and Lila feels an instant connection. She smiles softly and steps forward, her curiosity growing. You can help me? Lila asks, her voice tinged with wonder. How? We all have a role to play in this? Lila, you made your choice, but there are still many paths ahead of you. Some of those paths are hidden, and others are guarded by the forces of uncertainty and fear. That is where I come in. I help guide dreamers like you, showing them the way when the light is hard to see. Orion's words are gentle, but they carry an immense weight. Lila feels reassured, but she also knows that this journey is far from over. She can sense that she still has much to learn and much to face. Orion smiles at her, as though understanding her thoughts. You will find your way, Orion continues, but you must trust in the journey and trust in those who come to walk beside you. There are others in this land who will help you. You will meet them soon enough. The arrival of the moonlit fox. As Orion speaks, Lila notices a flicker of movement near the base of a glowing tree. From the shadows, a small creature emerges, slender and swift, with fur that shimmers like silver, and eyes that gleam like the moon. The creature's movements are fluid, graceful, and it seems to glide effortlessly through the mist. It is a fox, but unlike any fox Lila has seen before. Its tail is long and flowing, wrapped in a soft glow that shifts with every movement, and its eyes seem to hold centuries of wisdom. The fox approaches Lila with quiet steps, its presence both calm and powerful. It stops just in front of her and tilts its head slightly as though studying her with great interest. Then, with a soft, melodic voice, it speaks. I am Celine, the moonlit fox, the creature says, its voice low and soothing like a lullaby. I have been sent to guide you through the realms where dreams are born. Your path ahead is full of wonders, but also fraught with challenges. You will need both the light of the stars and the strength of your own heart. Lila's heart swells with the deep, peaceful energy that emanates from Celine. She feels an immediate bond with the moonlit fox, as if she has known this creature for a lifetime. She kneels down slightly, looking into Celine's wise, glowing eyes. What must I do next? Lila asks softly, her voice filled with a sense of wonder. Celine's gaze holds hers for a moment, and then the fox flicks its tail toward a distant, shimmering lake. Come with me, Selene invites, and I will show you the first of the wonders you must understand. You will learn the true power of dreams and how they shape the world around you. The dream lake. Lila follows Celine and Orion through the mist, their footsteps light and easy as they walk toward the shimmering lake. As they approach, the landscape transforms once again, the trees giving way to an open space. The lake before them is vast and still, its surface is smooth as glass. The moon above reflects off the water, casting a soft, silvery light that dances across the surface like 1,000 fireflies. As Lila steps closer, she notices that the lake is not empty. Floating just above the water's surface are small orbs of light, each one glowing with a soft inner light. Some are bright and large, while others are tiny and flickering like distant stars. They hover in the air, moving gently with the breeze, as though they are alive. These are dream orbs, Selene explains, her voice full of reverence. Each orb represents a dream, a wish, or a desire that has been formed in the heart of a dreamer. Some are filled with hopes for the future, others with memories of the past, and some are created in moments of pure imagination. Lila watches in awe as the dream orbs pulse softly with light, their colors shifting as they float across the water. Some are golden and bright, others are soft shades of blue and violet, and a few are dark, swirling with deep shadows. Why do some orbs look dark? Lila asks, her curiosity piqued. Because dreams are not always simple, Orion replies, stepping forward. Some are filled with fear, doubt, and uncertainty. But even the darkest dreams have the potential to bring light, just as the darkest nights give birth to the brightest stars. It is all part of the journey. Celine nods. Every dream, whether light or dark, has its place in the world, and every dreamer has the power to shape their own fate. Lila steps closer to the water's edge, her eyes reflecting the shimmering orbs above. She realizes that the dream orbs are not just symbols of dreams, they are alive, filled with the energy and emotions of the dreamers who created them. Each one is a world of its own, full of endless possibilities. The power of the dream. Celine walks toward the center of the lake, her steps silent as she moves. Lila follows, her heart swelling with a sense of wonder. As they reach the center, Celine pauses and turns to Lila, her eyes glowing with moonlight. "The time has come for you to learn the true power of dreams, Lila," Celine says, her voice full of depth. "You will see that dreams are not merely wishes, they are the fabric of reality itself. When you learn to harness their power, you will be able to shape your own path and help others find their way." With a swift motion, Celine gestures toward one of the dream orbs. The orb glows brighter and larger, floating toward Lila. She holds out her hand, and the orb hovers above her palm, its light warm and inviting. As Lila touches the orb, a surge of energy fills her. Images flash before her eyes, memories of her past, dreams of her future, and visions of places she has never been. She sees herself standing on the edge of a vast, unexplored world, her heart filled with hope and determination. She sees the faces of those she will meet on her journey, friends and allies who will walk beside her, each with their own dreams and paths. Lila's heart swells with the realization that she is part of something greater, a world where dreams are not only made, but also lived. As Lila, Celine, and Orion leave the dreamlike behind, the landscape around them shifts once again. The soft violet earth beneath her feet gives way to a path of glowing stones, winding through a dense forest of trees with silver bark that seems to shimmer in the moonlight. The air is cooler now, and Lila feels a gentle weight settle in her chest. The moon above, always a guiding presence, seems to grow brighter, its glow more intense as if preparing her for what lies ahead. The path before her seems endless, stretching far into the distance. The trees are taller now, their canopies intertwining to form a thick ceiling of leaves that filters the moonlight into delicate patterns on the ground. A soft hum fills the air, as if the forest itself is alive with whispered secrets. Lila feels a subtle shift in the energy around her, a feeling that something important is about to unfold. "You have come far, Lila," Celine says, her voice calm and reassuring. "But the path you now walk is one of great importance. This is the place where dreams are tested. Here, you will face the Dreamkeeper's challenge, the final trial before your journey continues. It is a test of your heart, your spirit, and your willingness to face the unknown." Lila swallows hard. She has faced challenges before, but something about Celine's words fills her with both anticipation and uncertainty. The path ahead is shrouded in mystery, and she knows this trial will be different from the others. As they walk, the air grows thick with magic, and the glowing stones beneath their feet pulse with an ethereal light. The further they go, the more Lila feels as though she is being drawn into a deeper part of herself, a place where her dreams and her fears intertwine. At the end of the path stands a large archway, its stone pillars adorned with intricate carvings of moons, stars, and dreamlike symbols. The arch is tall and imposing, a gateway that seems to stretch far beyond the fabric of reality itself. It hums with an ancient energy, and as Lila approaches, she feels her heartbeat faster. The entrance to the Dreamkeeper's realm, the archway, slowly opens as Lila steps forward, the air around her thickening with magic. As she passes through the gateway, the world shifts once again. She finds herself standing in an immense dark hall, its walls covered in shimmering tapestries that seem to depict scenes of dreams in motion, some bright and beautiful, others dark and foreboding. The hall stretches far into the distance, and at its far end stands a throne made of twisted silver and moonstone. Sitting on the throne is a figure cloaked in flowing robes of midnight blue, their face hidden in the shadows of their hood. The figure's presence is both calming and imposing, their energy radiating a deep, ancient power. Lila feels a pull toward the throne, and though her body feels heavy with the weight of the task ahead, she walks forward with resolve. She knows this is the Dream Keeper, the guardian of dreams and keeper of all who venture through the dreamlands. The figure on the throne does not move, but the room seems to come alive with the sound of a soft, melodic voice, clear, distant, and full of wisdom. Lila, the Dream Keeper, speaks, their voice echoing softly in the vast space. You have traveled far and faced many challenges, but the journey you have undertaken is not just one of discovery. It is a journey of the soul, a path that will reveal who you truly are. Here, you will face the Dream Keeper's challenge, a trial that tests your deepest desires, your most hidden fears, and the essence of your spirit. The first trial, the mirror of the soul, as the Dream Keeper speaks. The air around Lila shifts, and the darkness of the hall dissolves into a swirling light. Before her appears a large, shimmering mirror, framed in silver and gold. The surface of the mirror ripples like water, its reflection distorted and yet somehow familiar. Lila steps closer, drawn to its surface, and the mirror seems to call to her, pulling her gaze deeper into its depths. This is the mirror of the soul. The Dream Keeper's voice continues, calm yet commanding. It reflects not only what you see on the surface, but the essence of who you truly are. To begin your trial, you must gaze into the mirror and confront the reflection of your innermost self. What you see may not always be what you expect, but it will reveal the truth you must face. Lila takes a deep breath, her heart racing in her chest. She doesn't know what she will see in the mirror, but she feels a sense of inevitability. She has faced her fears before, but the idea of seeing her true self reflected back at her fills her with both anticipation and uncertainty. With a steadying breath, Lila steps forward and gazes into the mirror. The surface ripples, and at first, nothing appears. Then, slowly, the reflection begins to form, starting with the faint outline of her own face, her features soft and familiar. But as the reflection sharpens, something strange happens. The image in the mirror begins to change, distorting into something unfamiliar, something darker. Lila watches in shock as the reflection morphs into a version of herself that she does not recognize. The face is twisted, filled with doubt and fear, her eyes clouded with uncertainty. She sees herself standing alone, her posture hunched and withdrawn. The figure in the mirror looks lost, vulnerable, as though it is drowning in its own self-doubt. What is this? Lila whispers, her voice shaking. Why am I seeing this? This is your reflection, Lila, the Dream Keeper's voice echoes. This is the version of yourself that you fear the most, the self that believes it is not enough, that it is destined to fail. But know this, it is only through facing these shadows that you will find the light. Lila's heart aches as she looks at the distorted reflection. She sees all the moments in her life when she doubted herself, when she felt unsure of her path, when she believed she was not worthy of her dreams. The fear, the insecurity, it's all there, staring back at her in the mirror. But then something shifts. Lila takes a deep breath, summoning all the courage she has gathered throughout her journey. She refuses to let the shadow of doubt define her. Slowly, her reflection begins to change again. The dark figure in the mirror softens, its features becoming clearer, more confident. The figure stands tall, shoulders squared, eyes bright, and full of determination. I am not defined by my fears, Lila whispers to herself, her voice steady. I choose to be strong. I choose to face my challenges with courage. As she speaks these words, the mirror ripples once more, and the dark reflection vanishes, replaced by her true self, a version of herself filled with light, strength, and unwavering resolve. The mirror shimmers one last time before returning to its calm, still surface. The second trial, the path of the unknown. With the first trial complete, Lila turns back to face the Dreamkeeper. Their gaze remains steady, their face hidden in shadow. The Dreamkeeper speaks again, their voice both gentle and firm. You have faced the mirror of the soul, and you have come to understand your fears and doubts. But now, you must face the second trial, the path of the unknown. Here, you will walk a path that leads into the depths of uncertainty with no guide, but your own heart. A sudden shift in the air surrounds Lila. The room dissolves into mist, and the ground beneath her feet seems to fade away. A new path forms before her, narrow and dark, the edges swallowed by shadows. The path stretches endlessly into the unknown, its destination unclear. But Lila feels a surge of determination rise within her. This trial is different. It is not about facing fears of the past, but embracing the uncertainty of the future. The Dreamkeeper's voice rings out. The path ahead is yours to choose, Lila. But know this, the unknown is not something to fear. It is the place where dreams are born, where the future is shaped. Walk with confidence and trust that the moon's light will guide you. Lila steps forward, her heart steady as she walks into the unknown. With each step, the shadows seem to lift, the path becoming clearer. The moon above shines brighter, its light illuminating the path ahead. Lila knows that she is not alone, and that her heart will lead her to where she needs to be. The final challenge. As she walks the path of the unknown, Lila feels a sense of peace settle over her. She knows that no matter where this journey takes her, she will face it with courage, and the moon's light will always guide her way. Having faced the trials of the Dreamkeeper, Lila stands at the threshold of something new. The ethereal glow of the Dream Palace fades behind her, and the path ahead stretches out before her, full of both promise and mystery. The air feels charged with a new kind of magic, one that hums with the vibrancy of possibilities yet to unfold. Her heart beats steady, her mind clear and full of purpose. She has overcome the trials of her spirit and emerged stronger, but the journey is far from over. Lila knows now that the power of the Dreamlands is not just in the path she walks, but in the choices she makes and the light she carries within herself. Celesta, ever watchful and wise, steps forward beside Lila as the world around them begins to shift. The forest that surrounds them, once filled with dark shadows and mist, now glows with soft light as if welcoming Lila into a new realm. The trees here are less imposing, their trunks thick and welcoming, their leaves shimmering with the colors of the stars. The path is lined with flowers that seem to sway to an invisible rhythm, their petals glowing in the light of the moon. Every step feels light, like walking on clouds, and Lila knows that she is walking through a realm of endless dreams and unspoken truths. You've done well, Lila, Celesta says, her wings glowing faintly in the moonlight. You have proven yourself worthy of the Dreamkeeper's gift. Now, you will learn the final lesson, the true power of your dreams. Lila's heart stirs. The Dreamkeeper's gift? She had heard of it in whisper stories passed down through the ages. But she had never imagined that she would be the one to receive it. What could it be? And how would it change the course of her journey? A land beyond dreams. As Celesta guides Lila through the glowing forest, the air around them begins to shimmer, like the surface of a pond disturbed by a gentle breeze. The path ahead seems to twist and turn in unexpected ways, and the trees themselves appear to move, parting to reveal a hidden clearing. In the center of this clearing stands a large stone arch, its surface etched with ancient runes. glowing faintly with the light of the moon. The arch seems to beckon them, drawing them forward. This is the Gate of Dreams, Celesta explains. It is a doorway to a place that exists between the world of dreams and the waking world. A place where the threads of possibility are woven, and where the power of dreams is harnessed. Lila steps forward, her breath catching in her throat. She feels the pull of the archway, a deep yearning to step through it and discover what lies beyond. As she crosses the threshold, the world around her seems to blur for a moment, the colors of the forest swirling together before settling into something new. Before her stretches a vast expanse, an endless sky filled with swirling constellations and glowing nebulas. The ground beneath her feet feels soft like the surface of a cloud, and the air is filled with the scent of jasmine and vanilla. This is not a place that exists in the waking world, but it feels so real, so tangible, that Lila can hardly believe it. She turns to Celesta, her eyes wide with wonder. What is this place? Lila asks, her voice a whisper of awe. This is the Dreamweaver's realm, Celesta says, her voice full of reverence. It is a place where all dreams are born and where the power of the Dreamkeeper flows through everything. It is here that you will learn to weave your own dreams, to shape the world around you with your heart and mind. The Dreamweaver's gift. As Lila steps forward, she feels a soft breeze lift her hair, and she watches in awe as the stars above begin to shimmer more brightly. The sky shifts, and before her eyes, the stars seem to rearrange, creating intricate patterns, constellations that form shapes and images, each one unique and full of meaning. Lila watches, mesmerized, as the stars weave together into a tapestry of light and possibility. These stars are the threads of dreams, Celesta explains, her voice gentle. Each thread represents a possibility, a wish, a desire that has been dreamed by someone somewhere. When you learn to weave them together, you will create your own path. You will shape your destiny. Lila gazes up at the stars, her heart racing. With anticipation, she feels the weight of the Dreamweaver's gift settle within her. This is a power she's never known, a power that she now holds within her hands. As she reaches out to touch the nearest star, the air around her hums with energy, and the star shifts, responding to her touch. Without thinking, Lila closes her eyes and concentrates. She imagines a beautiful garden, lush and green, filled with flowers of every color. She sees herself walking through the garden, feeling the soft petals brush her fingertips, smelling the sweet fragrance of the blossoms. She envisions the sunlight filtering through the trees, casting a warm glow over the peaceful scene. The moment she imagines it, the air around her shifts and the dream begins to take shape. When she opens her eyes, the garden she envisioned is real, standing before her, as vibrant and beautiful as she imagined it. The flowers bloom in every hue, the sunlight dapples through the leaves of the trees, and the scent of the blossoms fills the air. Lila gasps in amazement as she steps forward, her fingers brushing the petals of a flower that seems to shimmer in the light. This is the power of your dreams, Lila, Celesta says softly. You can shape the world around you with your thoughts, your wishes, your desires. The more you trust in your heart, the more powerful your dreams will become. Meeting the Dreamweaver. As Lila continues to walk through the garden, a soft sound fills the air, a melodic hum, like the sound of distant chimes. She turns toward the source of the sound and sees a figure standing at the edge of the garden, their silhouette bathed in moonlight. The figure is tall and elegant, their hair long and flowing, their eyes glowing with the light of the stars. Lila feels a deep sense of familiarity as she gazes at the figure, and when the figure steps forward, she realizes that this is no ordinary being. This is the Dreamweaver, an ancient entity who has existed since the dawn of dreams, shaping the world and guiding dreamers on their journeys. Welcome, Lila, the Dreamweaver says, their voice as soft as the breeze. "I have watched your journey with great interest. You have shown great courage, strength, and heart, and now you're ready to receive the gift of the Dreamweaver's realm. With this gift, you will be able to weave your dreams and shape the world around you. But remember, Lila, with great power comes great responsibility. Your dreams can create, but they can also destroy. You must use your power wisely." Lila nods, feeling the weight of the Dreamweaver's words. The power to shape reality is both thrilling and terrifying. She wonders what it means for her journey ahead, what role she will play in the dreamlands and the waking world. "Do not fear, child," the Dreamweaver says, their eyes warm with understanding. "You have already learned the greatest lesson of all, the power of choice. You will always have the ability to choose the path you take, to shape your dreams in the way that reflects your heart." Lila feels a sense of peace settle within her, a quiet assurance that she is ready for whatever lies ahead. She is no longer just a dreamer. She is the creator of her own fate, the weaver of her own dreams. And with that power, she can make the world around her a place of wonder, beauty, and possibility. A new path opens, the Dreamweaver gestures toward. A new path that appears before Lila, bathed in the soft glow of moonlight. The path seems to stretch on forever, leading toward an unknown realm filled with possibilities. It is the path of the dreamer, the one who shapes reality with their heart and mind. "This path is yours to walk, Lila," the Dreamweaver says, their voice filled with both reverence and encouragement. "It will lead you through realms beyond your wildest dreams. But remember, the choices you make here will shape the world you create. Trust in your heart, trust in your dreams, and you will find the way." Lila nods, her heart full of resolve. She steps forward onto the new path, feeling the power of the Dreamweaver's gift surge through her. The moon above seems to shine brighter, and the stars above form new constellations, each one a reflection of her own desires and dreams. She knows that she is ready for whatever comes next, and that she has the strength and wisdom to shape her own destiny. With the Dreamweaver's gift nestled within her heart, Lila takes her first step onto the new path that opens before her. The land surrounding her shimmers with the soft glow of moonlight, its very essence woven together by the fabric of dreams. Every step she takes feels weightless, as though the ground itself is lifting her forward, urging her to move onward. The stars above twinkle brightly, their light swirling around her like a beacon, leading her into the unknown. Yet, despite the vastness of the dreamlands and the uncertainty that lies ahead, Lila feels no fear. Instead, a deep sense of purpose fills her heart. She is walking this path by her own choosing. This is her journey, and she is the one shaping it. The breeze around her is warm, tinged with the sweet scent of dreams yet to be realized, and the air is thick with the power of possibility. The world around her seems to shift and change with each step, as if it responds to her very thoughts, bending to her desires like clay in the hands of an artist. The path itself is winding, leading her through dense woods and across sparkling rivers, through valleys of soft mist and towering mountains that touch the stars. As Lila walks, the trees around her grow taller and more ancient. Their trunks are wrapped in vines of silver and gold, and their leaves shimmer like tiny mirrors, reflecting the light of the stars above. In the distance, she can see a dark mountain looming, its peak hidden by clouds. The air around it seems heavy, thick with an energy that calls to her. This is a place she feels she must visit, a place that holds something she needs to find. Her heart stirs, and she knows that the next part of her journey awaits her there. The first encounter, the song of the forest. As she moves closer to the base of the mountain, Lila's path takes her into a dense forest, one unlike the others she has walked through so far. The trees here are larger, older, and their bark glows with a soft golden light, casting an eerie and mystical glow around her. The forest is quiet, yet there is a sense of life all around her, as if the very air is humming with an unseen melody. As Lila moves deeper into the forest, she hears the faintest sound, a delicate, lilting melody, almost like a song, drifting through the trees. It's soft at first, almost imperceptible, but it grows louder the closer she gets. She stops in her tracks, her curiosity piqued, and listens closely. The song seems to come from all around her, a chorus of voices rising together in harmony, carried by the wind. The sound is both beautiful and haunting, the notes so pure that they seem to reverberate deep within her soul. She follows the song, her heart pulling her toward it as though it were a call she could not resist. Soon, she arrives at a clearing where the source of the song becomes clear. In the center of the clearing stands a tree unlike any she has seen before. Its trunk is wide and gnarled, its branches reaching high into the sky like the arms of an ancient deity. But what makes this tree unique is the soft, glowing light that emanates from within its heart. From its branches hang delicate silver chimes, and as the wind passes through them, they create the beautiful melody that has been calling to her. Lila steps forward, mesmerized by the beauty of the tree and the haunting song that fills the air. As she approaches, the song shifts, becoming more intricate, more personal, as though it is speaking directly to her. She feels the music wrap around her, pulling her into its embrace, filling her with a sense of peace and longing. A voice, soft and melodic, speaks from the tree itself, as though the music is its voice. "Welcome, Lila," the tree says, its voice warm and inviting. "I am Arinder, the heart of the forest. I have been waiting for you." Lila blinks in surprise. A talking tree, an ancient being of the dreamlands. She feels both awed and humbled in its presence. "You've been waiting for me?" Lila asks her, voice full of wonder. "Yes," Arinder replies. "For centuries, I have sung the song of the Dreamweaver's path. But it is only those with a pure heart, those who have chosen to walk their own journey, who can hear the song and come to me. You, Lila, have opened your heart to the possibilities of the Dreamlands. You are ready to understand the deeper meaning of your journey, the gift of the forest, the song of life." At Arinder's words, Lila feels something stir within her, a deep, ancient knowledge that calls to her from the very depths of her being. She feels a connection to the tree, to the forest, and to the land around her, as though they are all part of her and she is part of them. The tree's branches seem to sway gently in the breeze, and the silver chimes begin to play again, their melody shifting into a new, deeper harmony. "You have received the Dreamweaver's gift," Arinder says, "but there is more to the Dreamlands than dreams alone. Dreams are born from the heart, but they must also be nurtured. To truly shape your destiny, you must understand the song of life, the melody that binds all living things together. The Dreamweaver's gift will help you see the path, but only the song of life will allow you to walk it with purpose." Lila listens intently, her heart open and receptive. She feels the song wrap around her, its notes weaving into her very soul, filling her with a sense of unity with the world around her. The music flows through her, and she realizes that it is not just a song, it is a language, one that transcends words and connects everything in the Dreamlands. Arinder continues, "You must listen to the song of life, Lila. It will guide you in your journey, and it will help you understand the connections between all things, dreamers, creatures, realms. But you must also learn to sing your own song, to weave your dreams with the harmony of the world around you. Only then will you truly become a dream weaver, and your journey will be complete, the path to the mountain." As Arinder's words resonate, in her mind, Lila feels the path ahead becoming clearer. The mountain she had seen in the distance now seems closer, its towering peak reaching toward the sky like the pinnacle of her journey. The air around her is filled with a sense of anticipation, as though the mountain itself is waiting for her. Arrival. Thank you, Erender, Lila says, her voice full of gratitude. I will listen to the song. I will walk the path that is mine to walk. With one last glance at the heart of the forest, Lila turns and begins walking toward the mountain. The path seems to stretch out before her, growing both wider and more intricate. The air around her shimmers with possibility and the music of the forest. Erender's song fills her heart with a sense of peace and purpose. As Lila walks toward the base of the mountain, she begins to feel the weight of her journey in a new way. The path ahead is not just about exploring new realms or learning new truths. It is about understanding the world around her and the connections she shares with all that exists. She is not alone in this journey. She is part of something larger, something older, something that transcends the individual. The climb, facing the mountain, the base of the mountain is steep and the climb is difficult. Lila feels the sharp stones beneath her feet, and the air grows colder as she ascends. The path becomes narrow, winding up the face of the mountain, and the wind begins to howl around her, as though warning her of the challenges ahead. But Lila does not hesitate. With each step, she feels more sure of herself. The music of the Song of Life continues to echo in her heart, guiding her forward. She knows that the mountain she is climbing is not just a physical one, it is a journey of the soul, a test of her resolve. As she climbs, Lila's thoughts turn inward. She reflects on the trials she has faced, the fears she has overcome, the choices she has made. Each step upward brings her closer to understanding who she truly is and what her dreams can become. The path ahead is still uncertain, but she knows now that she is ready for whatever comes next. The final step, reaching the summit, finally. After what feels like an eternity, Lila reaches the summit of the mountain. The wind has died down, and the stars above shine brighter than ever. She stands at the top, looking out at the world before her. The dreamlands stretch out in every direction, their beauty beyond anything she has ever imagined. In that moment, Lila understands. She is not just a traveler in the dreamlands, she is part of it. She is the dream weaver, and the world she has imagined is now hers to shape. The mountain may be behind her, but the path ahead is hers to walk, and with each step she will create her own destiny. Lila stands at the summit of the mountain, the winds of the dreamlands whispering around her as if the very world is acknowledging her arrival. The vast landscape sprawls before her, stretching into an endless horizon filled with possibilities. The moon shines brighter than ever above, its glow wrapping the world in a silvery embrace. Lila stands still for a moment, her breath steady, her heart full. The trials, the doubts, the fears, everything she has faced so far has led her to this moment. She is no longer just a traveler in this magical world. She is a part of it, a dream weaver, a creator of dreams. But the path ahead is still uncertain, and she knows that there are still many challenges awaiting her. With a steady breath, Lila takes her first step forward from the summit. Her feet are sure, her purpose clear. She knows that the journey ahead is not just about discovery. It is about understanding the deep magic that binds the dreamlands together and learning how to shape that magic with her heart and soul. As she moves forward, the stars above shift and swirl as if acknowledging her movement. The entire world seems to respond to her presence, as though the dreamlands are alive, changing and evolving with every choice she makes. The path of the dreamer, as Lila walks, the landscape begins to shift once again. The mountain behind her fades into the distance, and before her lies a wide open plain, bathed in moonlight. The land stretches far and wide, dotted with patches of glowing flowers and tall grasses that sway gently in the breeze. The ground is soft beneath her feet, and the air smells sweet and fresh, like new beginnings. Far in the distance, Lila can see a thick forest rising up from the earth, its trees tall and dark, their branches weaving together to form a canopy that blocks out the sky. The forest seems both inviting and foreboding, a place that holds both secrets and answers. Lila feels drawn to it, but she knows that this part of her journey is not yet ready to begin. Instead, she turns to the left, following a winding path that leads her deeper into the plains. The path ahead is soft and undisturbed, the grass gently parting as she walks. There is no sign of anyone else on this path, and for the first time, Lila feels the weight of solitude. She is alone in this vast, magical world, and yet she doesn't feel lonely. The stars above, the moon, the winds, they all seem to guide her forward, reassuring her that she is not truly alone. Meeting the guardians. As Lila continues along the path, she feels the pull of something new, a presence that feels both familiar and mysterious. She stops and turns, her gaze sweeping the horizon. And then, emerging from the shadows of the tall grass ahead, she sees them two figures, each as different as they are alike. One is a tall, regal figure, cloaked in robes of deep indigo, their eyes glowing with an inner light. The other is smaller, but just as striking, a creature with wings that shimmer like the surface of a calm lake, their feathers a mix of gold and silver. Both figures radiate power and wisdom, their presence calming yet powerful. At first, Lila is unsure whether they are real or simply another dream within the dreamlands, but as they draw closer, she feels the unmistakable sense of connection. These beings are real, and they have come for her. "Welcome, Dreamweaver," the figure in indigo says, their voice deep and resonant. "We are the guardians of the dream path, and we have watched your journey with great interest." Lila nods, unsure what to say, but sensing that these guardians are important to her path. The creature with shimmering wings steps forward, their presence radiating warmth and light. "I am Lyra, the guardian of the dreaming heart," she says, her voice musical and gentle. "And this is Solon, the guardian of the dreaming mind." The guardians offer Solon. The taller of the two steps forward and places a hand gently on Lila's shoulder. His touch is warm, and for a moment, Lila feels a surge of energy, as though a new understanding is blossoming within her. "We have watched you face your fears and doubts," Solon continues, "and we see the potential within you. You are ready for the next step in your journey, but the Dreamweaver's path is not always clear." Lyra steps closer, her wings flickering softly with light. "There are forces within the dreamlands that seek to disrupt the flow of dreams, to twist them into something dark. You must learn to protect the balance between light and shadow, between creation and destruction. The Dreamweaver's gift is not just the power of creation. It is a responsibility to ensure that the dreamlands remain a place of possibility and wonder." Lila feels the weight of their words, and for the first time, the enormity of her journey settles in her heart. She has already faced so much her own fears, the challenges of the Dreamkeeper's trials, but now she understands that the stakes are higher than she thought. The dreamlands are fragile, and her choices will determine whether they flourish or wither. "How can I help?" Lila asks, her voice steady, though her heart is heavy with the realization of the responsibility she carries. "A test of will, Solon?" And Lyra exchange a look, as though they are sharing an unspoken understanding. "You will face a trial unlike the ones you've encountered before," Solon says. "This is a test of your will, your ability to remain true to your heart, no matter what darkness tries to twist your dreams into. We will guide you, but ultimately it is up to you to find your way," Lyra adds. The path ahead is fraught with shadows, but you carry within you the light of countless dreams. It is that light that will guide you forward. Lila nods, feeling the weight of their words. She knows that the challenges ahead will test her in ways she cannot yet imagine, but she also feels a deep sense of purpose welling up within her. She is the Dreamweaver. She will not let the dreamlands fall into darkness. Lyra steps forward, extending her hand. Take my hand, Dreamweaver, and let us show you the way. The journey through shadows. Lila hesitates for only a moment before stepping forward and taking Lyra's hand. As soon as their hands touch, the world around them begins to shift. The sky darkens and the stars fade from view, replaced by swirling clouds of shadow. The path beneath her feet grows colder, and the air thickens with a sense of impending danger. The dreamlands, once vibrant and full of life, now seem to pulse with an eerie, foreboding energy. Solon and Lyra lead her down a path that seems to stretch endlessly into the darkness. The ground beneath her feet is uneven, and the air is heavy with the weight of forgotten dreams. Shadows twist and writhe at the edges of her vision, and Lila can hear whispers in the winged voices that speak of fear, doubt, and despair. Do not listen to the shadows, Dreamweaver, Solon warns, his voice firm and resolute. They will try to deceive you, to make you believe that your dreams are powerless against them. But know this, the strength of your heart is stronger than any shadow, and the light of your dreams can banish even the darkest of nights. Lila takes a deep breath, her heart steadying. She feels the warmth of the Dreamweaver's gift within her, the light of her dreams pushing back against the shadows. She steps forward, her resolve hardening. The shadows whisper, but Lila does not listen. She knows now that her dreams are not just fleeting wishes, they are the very fabric of her existence. And no shadow can take that from her. The heart of the dreamlands, as Lila walks deeper into the shadows, a sense of calm washes over her. The whispers fade and the darkness begins to recede. She can feel the pull of something deeper, something ancient and powerful, beckoning her forward. She follows the pull, her feet light as she moves through the shadows. And then, at last, she sees it, a faint light glowing in the distance like a beacon shining through the night. She walks toward it, the light growing brighter with each step. The shadows fall away and the world around her shifts back into the vibrant, dreamlike landscape she had encountered earlier. The light in the distance grows until it fills the entire space, and as Lila steps into it, she finds herself standing before a magnificent tree taller than any tree she has seen before, its branches reaching up to the heavens. This is the heart of the dreamlands, the source of all dreams, all possibilities, all life. And it is here Lila knows that her journey truly begins. Lila stands at the base of the towering tree, the heart of the dreamlands, its branches stretching up to the stars, its leaves shimmering with a light that feels almost alive. The air around her hums with an ancient energy, and the ground beneath her feet feels charged with magic. This tree is not just a living being, it is the very foundation of all dreams, a place where possibilities are born and woven into the fabric of the world. As she gazes up at its vast trunk, she realizes that this is the source of everything, the place where dreams are birthed, nurtured, and sometimes even lost. The path that has brought her here, the trials she has faced, the challenges she has overcome has led her to this moment. The heart of the dreamlands is the final trial, the last challenge she must face to fully embrace her role as the Dreamweaver, to wield the power of dreams and shape the world around her. But as she stands at its base, a new weight settles on her shoulders. This challenge is unlike the others. It is not about strength, courage, or even trust. It is about understanding the deepest truth of her journey, the truth of creation itself. Asterisk the essence of the heart, As Lila steps forward, she feels the pull of the heart of the dreamlands, drawing her closer to its core. The air around her shimmers, and the ground beneath her begins to glow with soft golden light. Each step she takes is filled with purpose, the power of the Dreamweaver's gift surging within her. The tree's branches sway in response to her presence, the leaves rustling with an energy that seems to speak directly to her soul. "I have come to learn," Lila says softly, her voice full of reverence as she steps closer to the massive trunk. "I have come to understand the true power of dreams." Her voice is barely a whisper, but the tree seems to hear her. The wind picks up, carrying the sound of distant whispers, ancient, familiar, as though the tree itself is speaking. Lila closes her eyes and listens. She feels the pulse of the dreamlands flowing through the tree, the heartbeat of every dream, every wish, and every possibility ever conceived. The whispers grow louder, and as they do, the tree's energy shifts. The bark of the tree begins to glow, its surface rippling as if it were made of water. A low hum fills the air, resonating deep within Lila's chest. It is as if the entire Dreamlands is alive, and it is calling to her, asking her to understand its essence. A vision of creation. Suddenly, the air around her shifts, and Lila is no longer standing at the base of the tree. Instead, she finds herself floating above a cove's vast, infinite ocean of stars. The stars swirl and dance around her, each one a shimmering dream, each one a possibility waiting to unfold. As she watches, the stars begin to converge, swirling together to form constellations, constellations of hope, love, fear, and desire. They form into patterns, intertwining and weaving, creating a tapestry of dreams that stretches across the sky. Lila gasps in awe as she watches the constellations shift and change, forming into images, visions of places, people, and things she has never seen before. There are vast forests filled with glowing trees, cities of light where beings of pure energy move through the streets, oceans that stretch endlessly, their waves crashing against shores made of stardust. Each vision is a dream in its purest form, untouched by doubt or fear, shining with the brilliance of possibility. Then the vision shifts. The stars that once danced with such harmony begin to twist, darkening as though something is pulling at them, trying to unravel the dreams. The images become more chaotic, the constellations twisting into frightening shapes, creating visions of nightmares, dark forests where shadows move of their own accord, cities drowning in storms of despair, and oceans filled with creatures that lurk in the depths, waiting to pull those who venture too close into the dark. This is the duality of creation, a voice calls out from the darkness. It is deep and resonant, echoing from every corner of the vision. Every dream has the potential to become both light and shadow. It is not enough to dream. You must learn to shape your dreams with balance, to weave both the light and the dark into something whole. Lila spins around, searching for the source of the voice. She sees a figure standing in the distance, cloaked in shadows. The figure's face is hidden, but its presence is undeniable. It is both part of the dream and yet separate from it. It is a being of great power, one who has existed since the dawn of time, shaping and unshaping dreams. You are the dreamweaver, the voice continues, but you are also the dreamer. You must not only create the dreams you desire, but understand the consequences of those dreams. For in the balance of light and shadow lies the true power of creation. The shadow of doubt. As Lila moves closer to the figure, she feels a chill run down her spine. The figure seems to grow larger, more imposing, its presence a weight on her chest. She can feel the power of the dreamland surrounding her, but this power feels different. It is not the gentle, nurturing power of creation. It is the cold, unyielding force of destruction. What is this? Lila asks, her voice trembling. What is the shadow? This, the figure says, its voice echoing with an ancient sadness, is the shadow that lies within all dreams. The fear that keeps you from fully realizing your potential, the doubt that holds you back. The darkness is not to be feared, for it is part of you. But it must be faced, understood, and integrated into the whole. Suddenly, Lila feels herself falling, tumbling through the swirling stars and visions, deeper and deeper into the darkness. Her heart races, her breath quickens. The darkness wraps around her like a blanket, suffocating her, pulling her under. She feels the weight of every fear, every doubt, every moment of uncertainty she has ever experienced. The weight of the shadow presses down on her, threatening to crush her. Spirit. She tries to scream, but no sound escapes her lips. The darkness is too thick, too overwhelming. It is all-consuming, and for a moment, Lila wonders if she will be lost to it forever. But then she hears it, the faintest whisper, a soft voice calling to her from the depths of the shadow. Trust in yourself, Lila, the voice says, gentle and kind. You are not alone. Facing the darkness, Lila takes a deep breath, summoning every ounce of strength within her. She closes her eyes and focuses on the warmth of the Dreamweaver's gift inside her heart. The light of her dreams, the light of her heart begins to shine brighter, pushing back against the darkness. She opens her eyes and sees the shadow looming before her, but now it no longer feels like a force of destruction. It feels like a part of herself, an aspect of her that she must confront. With renewed determination, Lila steps forward. I will not let the darkness control me, she says, her voice steady. I will face it. As she speaks these words, the darkness begins to recede, like smoke dissipating in the wind. The shadow before her begins to shift, its edges softening. It no longer feels like a threat, but like a part of her that she must embrace. The light of her dreams grows stronger, intertwining with the shadow, creating a new kind of magic, a magic born from both light and dark, from creation and destruction, from the unity of opposites. You have learned the first lesson of the Dreamweaver, the figure says, its voice filled with approval. To create, you must first understand both light and shadow. Without one, the other cannot exist. You are the Dreamweaver, Layla, but you are also the dreamer. And it is your balance that will shape the world, the heart of the dreamlands. As the vision begins to fade, Layla finds herself standing once again at the base of the heart of the dreamlands. The air around her feels lighter now, the moon above, shining brighter than ever. She feels the weight of the lesson she has just learned settling in her heart, the understanding that creation is not simply about making things appear, but about embracing the balance of all things. You are ready. Now, Dreamweaver, the figure says, its voice now full of warmth and light. The dreamlands are yours to shape. And with the gift of balance, you will guide the world to its greatest potential. After all the trials, the lessons, the revelations, and the challenges, Lila now stands on the precipice of something profound, the final test that will shape her role as the Dreamweaver. She has walked through shadows, embraced the light, and learned to weave the very essence of dreams into the world. But now, as she stands beneath the glowing sky of the dreamlands, she knows that the time has come to truly understand her power, not just as a creator of dreams, but as one who shapes the very fabric of existence. The moon above gleams brighter than ever, its glow casting a soft radiance on the path ahead. The stars twinkle with an intensity that feels like a whisper of ancient wisdom guiding her every step. She feels the heartbeat of the dreamlands, pulsing with a rhythm that resonates within her. The time has come to awaken fully to her power. As she takes a deep breath, Lila knows that this moment is not just the next step in her journey, It is the culmination of everything she has experienced, every challenge she has faced, and every truth she has uncovered. The road ahead is still unknown, but with the Dreamweaver's gift, she has the ability to shape it. The arrival at the Dreamer's Gate, walking forward with renewed resolve, Lila reaches the edge of a vast, sparkling field. The land stretches out before her like an endless sea of soft, glowing grasses that sway gently in the breeze. The air is thick with the scent of something familiar, like memories long forgotten, or perhaps dreams yet to be realized. The moonlight pours down from above, bathing the land in silver. In the distance, she sees something, a structure unlike anything she has encountered before. It is a large gate, standing tall and proud, framed by towering pillars made of crystal and light. The gate shimmers, reflecting the moon's glow in a dazzling display of colors that pulse like a heartbeat. Above it, an inscription reads, "The Dreamer's Gate." Lila steps closer to the gate, her heart racing with both excitement and a deep sense of anticipation. She knows that beyond this gate lies the final challenge, the ultimate test of her abilities and understanding. This gate is not just a physical threshold. It is the point where she will fully awaken to her destiny. It is the place where she must reconcile the lessons she has learned and become the Dreamweaver she was always meant to be. As she approaches, the gate swings open with a soft, melodic sound, inviting her to step through. A voice echoes from within, gentle and wise, yet filled with an undeniable power. The voice of the dreamer. "Welcome, Lila Dreamweaver," the voice says. "You have come far, and your journey is almost complete. But before you may enter, you must face the final trial, the trial of the dreamer. Here, you will be asked to face not only your past, but also the future you have yet to create. You must understand that dreams are not just stories to be told. They are worlds to be shaped, destinies to be fulfilled." Lila nods, a sense of calm washing over her. She has faced challenges before, but this feels different. This is the trial that will define her purpose, her power, her destiny. She knows that she must be ready. To pass this trial, the voice continues, you must walk through the realms of your own dreams. You will see not just the dreams you have imagined, but the dreams of others, those you have yet to meet. You will experience the moments of your life that have shaped you, and you will choose how to weave them into the tapestry of the future. The gate before her shimmers again, and as it opens wider, Lila steps through, leaving the world she knows behind. The moment she crosses the threshold, she is plunged into a dreamscape, a realm of pure imagination and possibility. The world around her shifts constantly, changing with every thought she has, every step she takes. The first dream, the child, Lila, finds herself standing in the middle of a wide, open field. The air is fresh, the sky a brilliant shade of blue, and the sun warms her face. But as she looks around, she sees something familiar yet unexpected. A child is standing before her, an older version of herself, dressed in the clothes she wore as a little girl. The child looks at Lila with wide, innocent eyes, filled with wonder and curiosity. At first, Lila does not know how to react. She stands still, her heart fluttering with emotions she has long since forgotten. The child smiles and steps forward, extending a hand toward Lila. "Are you me?" Lila asks, her voice filled with awe and surprise. "I am who you once were," the child replies in a soft voice. "I am the dreams you held when you were younger, the wishes you made before life taught you to be cautious. I am the part of you that believes in the impossible, that dreams without limits." Lila feels a rush of emotions, memories from her past flooding her mind. She sees her younger self, full of hope and innocence, believing that anything was possible. She remembers the days when her dreams were vast and endless, before the weight of the world and the fear of failure crept in. She sees the dreams she once held dear, the ones she put away as life grew more complicated. I remember, Layla whispers. I remember when I believed in everything. I believed that dreams could come true, that the world was full of magic, and... You still do, the child responds, smiling warmly. You just have to remember how to see with the eyes of a dreamer. The world may change, but your dreams have always been a part of you. They will always be with you, as long as you continue to dream. Lila bends down and takes the child's hand, her heart swelling with the realization that she has not lost her dreams. They have simply been waiting for her to embrace them once. More, the second dream, the elder. With a sudden shift, the world around Lila changes. The sky darkens and the air grows colder. She finds herself standing in a small, dimly lit room. The walls are covered with tapestries, each one depicting scenes of a life lived fully, both the joys and the sorrows, the moments of triumph and loss. At the center of the room sits an elderly figure, their face lined with age, their hands resting on a cane. Their eyes are wise and filled with the knowledge of countless years. At first, Lila feels an overwhelming sense of fear and uncertainty. The figure before her is familiar, but not in the way the child was. This is someone she does not yet know, someone from her future, a version of herself that has lived through the challenges and the trials, a person who has seen both the light and the darkness of life. The elderly figure looks up at her, and for a moment, Lila can see the reflection of her own eyes in the figure's gaze. I am you, the elder says, their voice slow and steady, filled with the weight of experience. I am the dreams you have yet to fulfill, the lessons you have yet to learn. I am the wisdom you will carry with you as you walk this path. Lila steps forward, her heart heavy with both fear and awe. What will I become? She asks, her voice trembling. What will my dreams lead me to? You will become the dream weaver, the elder replies, but more than that, you will become the dreamer who shapes the world. Your dreams are not just yours. They are part of the collective, part of the web that connects all beings, all worlds. The choices you make will ripple out, affecting not just your future, but the future of all who share in the dreams of the world. Lila stands silently, taking in the weight of the elder's words. She feels the enormity of her role, the responsibility of the dreams she carries. It is not just her path she is walking, it is the path of all dreamers, all beings who seek to create, to hope, to aspire. The final dream, the tapestry. With a final shift, Lila finds herself in an expansive hall filled with endless rows of glowing threads. Each thread represents a different dream, a different possibility. They stretch out before her in every direction, weaving together into a magnificent tapestry of color and light. Some threads are bright and shining, while others are darker, twisted in shadow. Lila steps forward, her heart racing with the realization that she is now standing at the center of the tapestry of dreams. She is the dream weaver, and each thread she touches has the potential to shape a world, to create a future. She reaches out, her fingers brushing against one of the threads. The moment she touches it, the entire tapestry shimmers and shifts, the threads intertwining in new patterns. The dreams of others' dreams of hope, love, and fear become part of her own. She sees herself as part of something much larger, a piece of the infinite puzzle of existence. This is your gift, Lila, the elder's voice echoes around her. You have the power to weave dreams, to shape the world with your thoughts, your heart, and your will. You are the dream weaver, and your journey is only just beginning. The future is yours to shape. Lila stands at the threshold of the tapestry of dreams, her heart filled with purpose and a profound understanding of the world around her. The light from the stars above seems to pulse in harmony with the beating of her heart, and the moon's glow shines brighter than ever before. She feels more attuned to the dreamlands than ever, as if every step she takes is woven into the very fabric of existence itself. She is a dream weaver, not only capable of creating and shaping dreams, but also of guiding others through their own dreams, whether they be light or dark. But even as Lila feels the deep connection she has forged with the dreamlands, a strange tension stirs in the air. The vibrant, ethereal energy that has filled the land begins to waver, as if something is threatening the delicate balance of the dreamweaver's world. The whispers of the forest grow softer, and the moon above seems to flicker. A cold gust of wind brushes against her skin, and the stars overhead, once steady and bright, now shift uneasily. There's a feeling deep within her that something is wrong, something out of balance. Lila's heart quickens as the world around her begins to distort, and the path before her, once clear and filled with purpose, suddenly seems to shift and twist. The very ground beneath her feet trembles slightly, and the once stable landscape ripples like water, causing the dreamlike world to unravel around her. A low hum fills the air, its pitch rising with every passing moment until it reaches a sharp, discordant note. The dreamlands themselves seem to be in turmoil. What's happening? Lila asks aloud, her voice trembling with both curiosity and concern. At her side, Celesta appears, her silver wings shimmering in the flickering moonlight. Her expression is serious, her eyes filled with a deep understanding of what is unfolding around them. The dreamlands are shifting, Celesta says softly. This world is not just a place of creation, but also a realm that is ever changing, ever evolving. You, Lila, as the Dreamweaver, are a part of that evolution. But when there is imbalance, the very fabric of dreams begins to fray. And right now, something is pulling at the seams. Lila feels the weight of Celesta's words settle in her chest. She knows, instinctively, that this is no ordinary disturbance. The Dreamlands, the place where dreams are born and shaped, is in danger. And with the weight of the Dreamweaver's gift now resting in her hands, Lila knows that it is her responsibility to fix it. The coming darkness, as Lila watches, the distortions in the Dreamlands grow more pronounced. The colors of the sky flicker between hues of dark purple and black, and the once welcoming trees begin to wither. Their glowing leaves fall into the ground like ash. The shimmering lights of the dream orbs begin to fade, their glow dimming as though the very light of dreams is being drained from the world. In the distance, the sound of distant thunder rolls, though no storm clouds are in sight. Lila steps forward, her heart heavy with the knowledge that something dark is creeping into the dreamlands. The light of the moon flickers ominously, casting long, twisted shadows across the ground. A cold shiver runs down her spine as she realizes that the disturbance in the dreamlands is not just a natural occurrence. Something is causing this imbalance, something that threatens to undo all that she has worked for. With a deep breath, Lila turns to Celesta. What can I do? How do I stop this? Celesta's gaze is unwavering, her voice full of both guidance and concern. You must journey to the realm of shadows, Lila. It is there that the imbalance originates. The shadows in this world are not just metaphors for fear and doubt. They are living, breathing entities that exist at the edges of dreams, and something has awakened them, stirring them from their long slumber. Lila nods, her determination rising within her. The realm of shadows is a place she has heard of but never visited. It is the antithesis of the Dreamlands, a realm where darkness and uncertainty take shape, where the very essence of nightmares resides. It is a place that is not easily traversed, and even the most powerful dream weavers avoid it. But Lila knows that she has no choice. The Dreamlands need her, and she must face whatever it is that threatens the balance of dreams. With one final look at the shifting world around her, Lila sets her course toward the realm of shadows, her heart both heavy and resolute. The journey to the realm of shadows. The path to the realm of shadows is not a simple one. The dreamlands, though vast and beautiful, are filled with hidden corners and twisting passages. As Lila steps forward, the landscape begins to darken, the sky above shifting to a deep, almost impenetrable black. The stars, once bright and welcoming, now seem distant, their light barely visible in the growing darkness. With each step, the air grows colder, the ground beneath her feet feeling less stable, as though the very earth itself is losing its foundation. Lila's heart pounds in her chest as she walks deeper into the unknown. The silence of the dreamlands has been replaced by an eerie stillness. There is no sound, no movement, just the unsettling quiet of an unknown force gathering strength. The trees around her twist and writhe, their once glowing leaves now turn black and brittle. The dream orbs, once so vibrant, flicker and fade into the shadows, their light struggling to break through the encroaching darkness. Lila feels an overwhelming sense of unease, as though something is watching her, waiting for her to make a mistake. Despite the fear clawing at her heart, Lila moves forward, her footsteps steady. She knows that she cannot turn back now. The dreamlands are in peril, and only by facing the realm of shadows can she restore balance. Entering the realm of shadows after what feels like an eternity of walking through the creeping darkness, Lila arrives at the entrance to the realm of shadows. Before her stands a vast chasm, its edges shrouded in swirling mist. The chasm stretches out into an abyss, the very air around it filled with a tangible sense of dread. At the edge of the chasm, a tall, twisted figure stands, a shadowy being that seems to melt into the darkness itself. Its form is vague, shapeless, yet Lila feels its presence deep in her soul. The figure looks at her, its eyes glowing a deep, fiery red. "You have come," the figure says, its voice a low, rumbling whisper that echoes through the chasm. The Dreamweaver seeks to restore balance, but the balance has already been tipped. The shadows have awoken, and they are hungry. Lila stands tall, though her heart races. She knows that the time for fear has passed. The fate of the dreamlands rests in her hands, and she must face whatever awaits her in the darkness. "I will stop you," Lila says, her voice steady. "I will restore the balance, and the dreamlands will not fall." The figure laughs, its voice filled with malice. "You are but one dreamer. What can you do against the shadows of the collective? We are the forgotten dreams, the ones left behind. You cannot defeat us, Dreamweaver." But Lila does not falter. She feels the strength of the Dreamweaver's gift inside her, the power of creation and destruction woven together in harmony. She knows that her dreams are not just hers to wield, they are the dreams of all beings, all dreamers, and they are stronger together. The battle of dreams and shadows. As the figure steps forward, the shadows around Lila grow darker, swirling in a violent storm. The chasm trembles, and the very earth beneath her feet cracks and shifts, as though the fabric of reality is being torn apart. The darkness presses in on her from all sides, but Lila stands firm, her heart glowing with the light of her dreams. She raises her hands, and the light of the Dreamweaver's gift shines brightly, illuminating the shadows with its radiant glow. The shadows hiss and retreat, but they are not vanquished. They shift and writhe, becoming larger, more powerful, more insistent. Lila knows that she cannot defeat them with just light alone. She must embrace the shadows, understand them, and weave them into the balance of the dreamlands. She closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and lets go of her fear. With a surge of willpower, she weaves a new dream, a dream of light and shadow and harmony. The dream orbs around her flicker back to life, their light intertwining with the shadows in a beautiful dance of creation. The shadows no longer feel like a force of destruction, but an integral part of the world, a part of her, a part of every dreamer. The shadows retreat, their power waning as Lila's dream takes shape. The darkness dissipates, leaving behind a tranquil, balanced world. The chasm that once threatened to consume everything closes, and the stars above shine brighter than ever before. Victory and restoration. The figure in the chasm slowly fades into the darkness, its form vanishing as the light of Lila's dream fills the space. Lila takes a deep breath, feeling the weight of the trial lift from her shoulders. She has done it. She has restored balance to the dreamlands. The dreamlands are safe once again. Celesta's voice rings out from behind her, filled with pride. You have done what no dreamweaver has done before. You have embraced both light and shadow, and in doing so, you have created the harmony needed to restore the balance. The dreamlands hum with quiet anticipation, the soft glow of moonlight bathing the world in a serene, peaceful light. Lila stands at the edge of the dreamlands, feeling the pulse of life all around her. The shadows that once threatened to unravel the fabric of dreams have retreated, and the light of her dreams shines brighter than ever before, with the power of the Dreamweaver's gift now fully realized within her. Lila stands as both a creator and a protector of the dreamlands. Her journey has led her here, not just to restore balance, but to guide the dreamlands into a new age. The air around her is filled with a sense of peace, but also a quiet, underlying energy, one that feels like the beginning of something new. The world around her is still, the moon glowing high above, and the stars twinkling softly in the sky. But in the distance, she sees something shifting, something waiting for her. She feels the weight of destiny settling on her shoulders. And in her heart, she knows that the dreamlands are not yet done with her. As Lila stands there, contemplating the quiet strength of the dreamlands, she is approached by a familiar presence. Celesta, her silver wings shimmering softly, steps forward, her expression calm and knowing. "You have done it, Lila," Celesta says, her voice filled with pride. "You have restored balance to the dreamlands, and in doing so, you have become the Dreamweaver in full. But your journey does not end here." Lila turns to face Celesta, her heart swelling with both gratitude and a quiet sense of duty. "What do you mean?" she asks, her voice steady. "I faced the shadows, restored balance, and embraced the full power of my dreams. I thought my task was complete." "No," Celesta replies gently, "your task is only just beginning. You are not just a dreamweaver, you are a dreamer who shapes the very future of the dreamlands. There are others who have dreams yet unfulfilled, others who are lost and need guidance. You must guide them, help them navigate the vast sea of possibilities, and shape their paths with your wisdom." Lila feels a surge of understanding deep within her. She is not merely a weaver of dreams, she is a guide, a beacon for all those who are still learning to walk their own paths. The weight of this responsibility is great, but she feels ready to embrace it. She has seen the consequences of imbalance, and now she is ready to ensure that the dreamlands remain a place of creation, not destruction. "The world is full of dreamers, Lila," Celesta continues, her voice soft but filled with conviction. "And many of them do not understand their power. They are lost in the shadows, pulled away from their true purpose. But you, as the Dreamweaver, have the ability to help them find their way." Lila nods, the understanding settling deep within her. Her role is not just to shape her own future, but to help others shape theirs as well. The world of dreams is vast, and each dreamer contributes to the fabric of existence. She feels a deep sense of purpose as she gazes out across the dreamlands, knowing that she is now part of something much greater than herself. As Lila looks out into the distance, she sees something stirring in the horizon, a soft, glowing light that pulses with the rhythm of her heartbeat. It calls to her, an invitation to a place she has never visited before. The path ahead feels uncertain, but there is a sense of destiny that tugs at her soul. She feels the pull of the dreaming heart, a place where the essence of all dreams resides, where the dreams of every living being, both waking and sleeping, come together to create the tapestry of reality. What is that light? Lila asks, her curiosity piqued. That is the dreaming heart, Celesta answers, her eyes reflecting the light. It is the central force of all dreams, the source of all creation. You have passed the trials of light and shadow, and now you must journey to the heart of all dreams, where the power to shape the future resides. Only by understanding the essence of the dreaming heart can you truly fulfill your destiny as the Dreamweaver. Lila feels her heart race, a mixture of excitement and anticipation swelling within her. This is the moment she has been waiting for. The dreaming heart is the final destination, the place where everything she has learned will come together, where her role as the Dreamweaver will be fully realized. With a final glance at Celesta, Lila begins her journey toward the dreaming heart, the light growing brighter with every step she takes. The path ahead is still unknown, but with the gift of dreams, the wisdom of the stars, and the balance of light and shadow within her, Lila knows she is ready to face whatever awaits. As Lila walks closer to the dreaming heart, the world around her begins to shift. The dreamlands themselves seem to open up, their edges blurring as though she is stepping into a new dimension. The light that pulses ahead of her is not just a light, it is a presence, a force that fills the air, the ground, the very essence of everything. She steps forward into the light, and as she does, she finds herself standing in the center of an immense, endless space. The floor beneath her feet is soft, like walking on clouds, and the air around her is thick with possibility. The space seems infinite, stretching out in every direction. It is a realm where time and space do not follow the rules of the waking world. It is a place where dreams are free to take shape, where imagination is the only limit. In the center of this realm stands a vast, radiant tree, the Tree of Dreams. Its trunk is made of shimmering crystal, and its leaves glow with the light of 1,000 different dreams, shifting and changing with every breeze. The tree's roots stretch deep into the ground, and its branches reach high into the sky, creating a vast canopy of stars and light. As Lila approaches the tree, she feels the energy of the dreaming heart flow through her, filling her with a sense of wonder and understanding. She knows that this tree is the heart of all dreams, the place where every possibility begins and ends. This is where the future is written, where every dreamer's path is shaped. Welcome, Dreamweaver, a voice says, soft and familiar, echoing through the dreaming heart. You have come to the center of all things. Here, you will learn to wield the power of creation itself. Lila looks around, and from the shadows of the tree steps a figure one she recognizes. It is the Dreamkeeper, the ancient being who has guided her through the trials and the lessons of the Dreamlands. But now, the Dreamkeeper is not cloaked in mystery. They are bathed in the light of the dreaming heart, their form radiant and full of power. You are ready now, the Dreamkeeper says, their voice calm yet filled with deep power. The dreaming heart is where all dreams converge. It is here that you will learn to truly shape the future, not just for yourself, but for all dreamers who seek their path. The power you carry as a Dreamweaver is vast, but it is also a responsibility. To create is to understand the balance of all things, light and shadow, hope and despair, love and fear. The Dreamlands are a reflection of all these things, and as their creator, you must guide them with wisdom, the choice of the Dreamweaver. Lila stands before the Dreamkeeper, her heart open, her mind clear. She understands now that her role as the Dreamweaver is not just about creation. It is about balance, the balance between light and shadow, between hope and despair, between dreams and reality. She is not a force of pure light, nor a being of shadow. She is the weaver of dreams, the one who holds both in harmony. The Dreamkeeper steps aside, their figure dissolving into the light, and in their place appears a swirling pool of light and shadow, an image of the tapestry of dreams she saw earlier. The threads within the tapestry glow and shift, forming countless possibilities, all waiting to be shaped. The future is here, a realm of endless potential. It is time for you to choose, Lila. The Dreamkeeper's voice echoes in her mind. The dreaming heart has shown you the paths ahead. What will you create? What dreams will you shape? Lila steps forward, her heart steady, her hand outstretched toward the tapestry of dreams. She feels the pull of possibility, the weight of responsibility, and the limitless potential of creation. She knows that this moment will define not just her own future, but the future of every dreamer who walks the path of the dreamlands. With a deep breath, Lila reaches out and touches the tapestry, the threads of light and shadow swirling around her fingers. As she does, a surge of energy fills her, and the entire realm seems to come alive with her touch. The light and shadow begin to weave together, forming a new pattern, a new future, born from the very essence of her dreams. I will shape this world, Lila whispers, with a balance of light and shadow, with love and hope. I will create a future where all dreams are possible. Lila stands at the center of the dreamlands, her heart filled with newfound purpose. The Dreamweaver's path is not just one of creation, but one of guidance, of nurturing the delicate balance between the light and shadow of dreams. She now holds within her the power to shape the world, not just her world, but the world of every dreamer who has ever existed. The weight of this responsibility is heavy, but Lila is ready. With a tapestry of dreams now woven into her very being, she feels a profound connection to the land, to the creatures, to the dreamers who roam the realms of possibility. Yet even as she stands in the heart of this vast and magical place, Lila knows that the journey has only just begun. The dreamlands are a realm of infinite potential, but with that comes the need for wisdom, for balance. She is not only the Dreamweaver, the one who creates, but the dreamer, the one who must guide and protect. The Dreamweaver's gift is a powerful tool, but it must be wielded with care. For every dream has consequences, every creation has its ripples. As Lila walks through the dreamlands, the world seems to respond to her, shifting and changing with each step. She feels the presence of countless dreams surrounding her, the echoes of those who have come before her. Every dream, whether bright or dark, is a thread in the tapestry of life, woven into the very fabric of existence. But she also feels the stirrings of new dreams, new hopes, and unfulfilled desires calling to her. She is the Dreamweaver, the one who must now guide these new dreamers through the dreamlands, helping them shape their futures and find their true paths. But guiding others is not as simple as it seems. It requires patience, understanding, and a deep connection to the hearts of those she will help. Lila must learn to listen to the dreams of others, to understand their needs, and to help them find the balance between light and shadow in their own worlds. Lila steps into a new part of the dreamlands, a place that feels different from the peaceful heart she has just left. The air is filled with the sounds of voices, whispers of people she has never met, each one dreaming in their own way. The sky is a swirling mass of colors, constantly shifting and changing, and the ground beneath her feet is uneven, as if the dreams here are still being shaped. As she walks deeper into this strange land, she comes across a group of figures standing together. They are dreamers, beings like herself, but not quite like her. They are still figuring out who they are, what they want, and what their dreams mean in the grand scheme of the dreamlands. One of the dreamers, a young girl with bright eyes and a hopeful expression, steps forward. She looks at Lila with a mixture of curiosity and uncertainty. "Are you the Dreamweaver?" The girl asks, her voice filled with wonder. "Can you help?" "Me? I don't know what my dreams are supposed to mean. I feel like I'm lost in this world. Lila looks into the girl's eyes and feels the weight of her uncertainty. She understands the feeling all too well. She too was once lost in the dreamlands, unsure of her path. But now, as the Dreamweaver, she knows that she has the power to help guide others. "I can help you," Lila says gently. "But first, you must trust yourself. Your dreams are part of who you are. They will guide you, but you must learn to listen to them. Dreams are not just about wishes, they are about understanding the deeper parts of your heart." The girl nods, though her expression still carries doubt. Lila reaches out and places a hand on her shoulder, the energy of the Dreamweaver's gift flowing through her. She feels the warmth of the girl's dreams, the raw potential that lies within her. And she understands this is not just about guiding the girl's dreams, but helping her to realize that she already holds the answers within herself. As Lila continues to help the dreamers she meets along the way, she becomes aware of something else, something dark stirring beneath the surface. There are places in the dreamlands where the balance of dreams is off. In these places, the shadows are growing once again, reaching into the bright realms of light. These shadows are not just fears and doubts. They are the remnants of forgotten dreams, the broken fragments of lost hopes and shattered desires. Lila feels the pull of these shadows, their cold presence creeping into the edges of her mind. The shadows are a reminder that the dreamlands are not just a place of creation, they are a place of constant change, where light and dark must coexist. To create, there must also be destruction. To dream, there must be loss. Lila must learn to navigate this delicate balance, understanding that the shadows cannot be completely erased. They are a part of the world, and as a Dreamweaver, she must find a way to live in harmony with them. One evening, as Lila walks through the dreamlands, she comes across a darkened forest. Its trees twisted and gnarled, their bark blackened and lifeless. The air is thick with the scent of decay, and the ground beneath her feet feels cold and unwelcoming. Lila steps carefully, her heart heavy as she senses the presence of the shadows lurking within. As she walks deeper into the forest, she feels the weight of the dreams that have been lost here, dreams of those who have given up, who have lost their way, who have forgotten the power of hope. The shadows cling to these lost dreams, feeding off their darkness, their despair. At the heart of the forest, she finds a figure standing alone, their back turned to her. The figure is tall, cloaked in darkness, their face hidden in shadow. As Lila approaches, the figure turns and she feels a surge of recognition. It is a part of herself, her own shadow, the darker aspects of her soul, the doubts she has faced and the fears she has overcome. "You came here to face me, Dreamweaver," the shadow says, its voice low and haunting. "You cannot escape me. You cannot escape the darkness that lies within." Lila steps forward, her heart steady. She has faced this darkness before, but now she understands it. The shadow is not something to fear, but something to embrace. It is a part of her, a part of the dreamlands, and it must be understood and accepted. "I am not afraid of you," Lila says, her voice filled with strength. "You are a part of me, but you do not control me. I will not let fear and doubt define me." As she speaks, the shadow shudders, and for a moment, Lila feels the darkness recede. The air around her becomes lighter, and the blackened trees begin to soften, their bark taking on a faint glow. The shadows are not gone, but they are no longer overpowering the light. The balance has been restored. With the shadows at bay, Lila feels the weight of the Dreamweaver's power settle more firmly within her. She has learned that creation and destruction, light and dark, are two sides of the same coin. To be a Dreamweaver is not just to shape the future, it is to accept the complexities of the world and guide others through them. As she continues her journey through the dreamlands, Lila begins to understand that her role is not just about weaving dreams for others, it is about helping them find their own path, helping them navigate the delicate balance between light and shadow. The dreamlands are a reflection of the dreams of all beings, and it is her job to ensure that these dreams are nurtured, even in their darkest moments. Lila knows now that her journey is not a solitary one. She is not just creating dreams, she is helping others create theirs. She is the guide, the protector, the dream weaver, but also the dreamer one who walks alongside others in the realm of possibility, helping them find the path that is meant for them. Lila stands at the edge of the dreamlands, her heart brimming with understanding and her spirit attuned to the delicate balance between light and shadow, creation and destruction. Her journey has taken her far, from the quiet fields of her village to the heart of the Dreamweaver's realm, and now she faces the final challenge of her path. The dreamlands are hers to shape, but they are not her domain alone. They are a reflection of all dreamers, of every soul that dreams in both the waking world and the world beyond sleep. The landscape before her shifts again, the soft glow of the dreamlands now blending with a more grounded, tangible energy. The boundary between the dreamlands and the waking world is thinning, and Lila feels the pull of both realms intertwining in her very soul. The Dreamweaver's gift has shown her how to shape dreams, but now she must learn how to guide the dreams of others and bring them into harmony with the waking world. Lila walks through a vast expanse, a bridge between two worlds, the dreamlands and the world of waking. The land stretches before her, a seamless blend of the fantastical and the familiar. She sees mountains rising high into the sky, covered in forests of silver trees, their leaves shimmering in the moonlight. Yet there is also the soft green of rolling hills and distant rivers winding through the land, flowing with crystal clear waters. As she walks further, the path beneath her feet begins to pulse with life, each step resonating with the heartbeat of the dreamlands and the world beyond. There's a subtle hum in the air, an energy that she recognizes as the very fabric of reality itself. It is not just the dreamlands that are alive, everything is connected, both in the world of dreams and the world of waking. The path before her leads to a large, ancient tree, its roots sprawling across the ground, its branches reaching into both realms, half of the tree glowing with the soft light of the dreamlands, while the other half is rooted in the tangible world. The tree seems to stand at the center of two realities, its presence a symbol of the balance between the worlds. Lila knows that this tree is a gateway, a place where the threads of dreams and reality meet, where the tapestry of all lives is woven together. She has seen the power of dreams to shape the world, but now she must learn how to balance those dreams with the reality of the waking world. She must learn how to help others bring their dreams into fruition without losing sight of the consequences. As Lila steps closer to the tree, the air around her shimmers with an ethereal glow. The branches of the tree begin to move, the leaves rustling as though whispering secrets to her. At the base of the tree, a figure emerges from the shadows. It is the Dream Keeper, now appearing in their true form, radiant and filled with wisdom, their eyes glowing with the light of 1,000 stars. "You have done well, Dreamweaver," the Dream Keeper says, their voice filled with approval and warmth. "But there is one last lesson you must learn." Lila stands tall, her heart steady with the knowledge she has gained. She knows that this moment is crucial, the final test before she can fully embrace her role as the Dreamweaver. "What must I do?" she asks, her voice filled with reverence. "You must learn to weave the threads of time," the Dreamkeeper replies. "Dreams are not only shaped by the present, they are born from the past and reach toward the future. To be a true Dreamweaver, you must understand the flow of time and how dreams are woven into the fabric of reality. You must learn to help others navigate their dreams, bringing them to life in ways that are aligned with the world they live in, while also preserving the integrity of their true essence. Lila listens carefully, the weight of the Dreamkeeper's words sinking deep into her soul. She realizes that her role as the Dreamweaver is not just to create or guide dreams, it is to understand how to weave those dreams into the larger tapestry of life, balancing the past, present, and future. The Dreamkeeper gestures to the ancient tree, and Lila sees that its branches are woven with thousands of threads, each one representing a different dream, a different life, a different possibility. Some threads are bright and golden, shimmering with potential, while others are dark and tangled, representing lost dreams, forgotten hopes, and unfulfilled desires. These are the threads of time, the Dreamkeeper says, their voice soft but full of power. Each thread represents a dream, a life, a path. Some dreams are woven into the present, while others reach back into the past or stretch forward into the future. You must learn to understand these threads, to know which ones to weave together, which ones to leave untangled. Only then can you shape the world in the way it was always meant to be. Lila steps forward, her hand reaching out toward the threads. As she touches them, she feels a surge of energy, each thread pulsing with the essence of a dream, a life, a possibility. The energy flows through her, and in that moment, she understands dreams are not isolated. They are interconnected, woven into the very fabric of existence. Some threads are delicate, fragile, representing the dreams of children, the hopes of the innocent. Others are stronger, woven with the experiences of those who have walked the path before them. Some threads are tangled, knotted with fear and doubt, while others are bright and full of promise, representing the dreams that have yet to be realized. Lila's heart races as she reaches out to touch one of the threads. It is a golden thread, pulsing with light and warmth, and as her fingers brush against it, she feels a deep connection. This is a dream that has yet to be realized, a dream that is waiting to come to life. With a deep breath, Lila begins to weave the thread, her hands moving with precision and care. She feels the power of the Dreamweaver's gift flowing through her, guiding her as she works. The thread twists and turns, weaving through the fabric of time, intertwining with other dreams, shaping them into a new pattern. The threads of the past, present, and future are woven together, each one finding its place in the tapestry of life. As Lila continues to weave, the threads begin to glow, their light merging into a brilliant tapestry of possibility. She can see the future unfold before her, a world shaped by the dreams of countless beings, all coming together to create a new reality. The tapestry before her shimmers with life, each thread representing a different dream, a different path, a different possibility. Lila watches in awe as the tapestry shifts, the dreams coming together to form a new world, a world filled with hope, love, and the potential for greatness. The Dreamkeeper steps forward, their face filled with pride and approval. "You have done it, Lila," they say, their voice full of warmth. "You have learned to weave the threads of time to understand the balance between past, present, and future. You are a true Dreamweaver now, and with that power, you can shape the future of the dreamlands and the world beyond." Lila stands before the glowing tapestry, her heart swelling with pride and wonder. She has learned the true power of creation, not just to shape the world with her dreams, but to understand how to connect those dreams with the larger fabric of existence. She realizes that her role as the Dreamweaver is not just about creation, it is about understanding, balance, and responsibility. "Thank you," Lila says softly, her voice filled with gratitude. "I understand now. Dreams are not just individual wishes, they are the connections between all things, the threads that weave the world together. I will guide them with wisdom and care." As the dreamkeeper smiles and nods, Lila feels a shift in the air. The dreamlands begin to fade, and the glowing tapestry of dreams dissolves into the distance. She knows that her journey is far from over, but she is no longer afraid. The path ahead is hers to shape, and the power of her dreams is now fully realized. The dreamkeeper's voice echoes in her mind. You are ready, Dreamweaver. You have learned the true meaning of your gift. Now it is time for you to return to the world, to guide those who are still lost in the shadows. Your journey is not just about your own dreams, it is about helping others realize theirs. Lila nods, her heart full of understanding. She has found her purpose, and she knows that her work is far from over. The dreamlands are vast, and there are countless dreamers still lost in the shadows, waiting for the guidance she can provide. With the Dreamweaver's gift, she will help them find their path, just as she has found hers. As Lila turns to walk down the path leading back to the waking world, she feels the weight of her responsibility settle within her. But it is no longer a burden, it is a calling. She is the Dreamweaver, and she will guide the world, weaving dreams with balance, wisdom, and love. With each step Lila takes away from the dreamlands, she feels the shift in the very essence of the world around her. The dreamlands, once vibrant and full of possibility, begin to fade behind her like a distant memory, replaced by the familiar sights of the waking world. Yet, as she walks, Lila feels the pull of both realms, the dreamlands and the waking world intertwining. Within her, she is no longer just a dreamer of one world. She is a creator, a guide, a dream weaver, with the power to shape both the worlds of dreams and reality. The path before her, though familiar, seems different now. The sky is the same, painted in shades of deep blue, the stars twinkling softly overhead. The wind still carries the scent of fresh earth, and the moon's light bathes the world in a gentle glow. But there is a new awareness within her, a deeper connection to the world she once knew. She is not just walking through it, she is shaping it, guiding it as a dreamweaver should. As Lila steps forward, she feels the weight of her purpose settle in her chest. The power of creation, of balance, of shaping dreams, these are the responsibilities she now carries. The dreamlands, once a world of uncertainty, are now a place where she has left her mark, and she will continue to shape it. But the waking world, too, is a place where dreams must be nurtured, where every soul must be guided toward their own path. And that is what Lila is destined to do, to weave dreams into the fabric of reality itself. As she walks through the familiar forest, near her village, Lila feels the sensation of both realms brushing against one another. The dreamlands, with their swirling mists and radiant skies, feel so close, as if they are only a step away. The trees seem to whisper in a language only she understands, their leaves shimmering with the power of dreams. The wind, though soft, carries the faintest echoes of the dreamlands, a reminder of the world she has left behind, but will always carry with her. She reaches the edge of the forest, where the village lies just beyond, its quiet lights twinkling in the distance. For the first time, Lila feels as if she is standing between two worlds, the dreamlands behind her and the waking world ahead. But now, she understands her place in both worlds. She is a dream weaver, not confined to one realm, but able to shape both with her heart, her wisdom, and her dreams. I am home, Lila whispers to herself, her heart swelling with peace. As she walks toward the village, she feels the call of the dreamers, those in the waking world who are still lost, still searching for their own path. And she knows that, just as she shaped her own path, she can help others do the same. She is a dream weaver in both worlds, and her purpose is not just to create, but to guide others in the dreamlands and beyond. Arriving at the village, Lila finds it much the same as when she left. The houses, small and cozy, are nestled into the hillside, their windows glowing softly with the warm light of the hearth, the familiar sounds of the village, the laughter of children playing, the gentle murmur of conversation, the sounds of nature outside the homes fill her ears, a reminder of the life she has always known. But now Lila knows that her life is different. She is no longer just a quiet dreamer of the village. She is the dream weaver, the one who has the power to shape both the dreams of the dreamlands and the waking world. She feels the connection between the two worlds, the flow of energy that links them, and she understands that her role is to guide the dreams of the living, the waking world, as much as it is to guide the dreamers of the dreamlands. Lila smiles to herself, her heart full of gratitude. She feels no fear now, no doubt. She knows that, with the Dreamweaver's gift, she will continue to weave the tapestry of life and dreams, both in the realm of dreams and in the waking world. Lila walks through the village. She notices a young woman sitting by the river, staring at the water with a thoughtful expression. Her gaze is distant, and Lila can sense the weight of her unspoken dreams. The woman's eyes are filled with longing, but also uncertainty. It is the kind of uncertainty that Lila once knew, the feeling of being lost, unsure of the path ahead, unsure of the future. Lila stops, her heart tugged by the familiar feeling. She knows that this young woman is a dreamer, lost in the shadows of her own mind, unsure of how to bring her dreams to life. Without thinking, Lila steps forward, her feet light on the grass as she approaches the woman. The young woman looks up as Lila draws near, her expression softening with curiosity. "Hello," Lila says, her voice gentle but full of understanding. "Are you all right?" The woman nods slowly, but there is a sadness in her eyes that Lila recognizes. "All too well. I'm fine," she says quietly, "but I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I have so many dreams, but they feel lost. I can't seem to find my way." Lila smiles, a soft understanding filling her heart. This is what she has come here to do. She is not just a dream weaver in the dreamlands, she is a guide in the waking world as well. Her role is to help those like this young woman find their path, to help them realize their own dreams. "I understand," Lila says, sitting beside the woman. "I was once lost too. But the truth is, your dreams are already inside you. They are a part of you. Sometimes we just need someone to help us see them clearly. Dreams are not just about wishes, they are about understanding who you are and trusting that you can make them real." The young woman listens intently, her eyes growing softer, more open. Lila places a hand on her shoulder, and for the first time, the young woman seems to breathe a little easier. "How do I start?" the woman asks, her voice filled with quiet hope. "Start with what you know," Lila says, her heart full of compassion. "What makes you feel alive? What fills your heart with joy, with purpose? Your dreams are not far away. They are already part of you. Trust them and trust yourself." As the woman nods, Lila feels the faintest shift in the air, the quiet hum of the dreamlands reaching out to touch this moment. This is the beginning of something new, not just for the young woman, but for Lila as well. She is no longer just shaping her own destiny. She is guiding others in their own journey of creation. As Lila walks away from the young woman, she feels a deep sense of peace. The path ahead is still unknown, but she knows that the Dreamweaver's gift is not a burden. It is a calling, a purpose. The dreams she creates, the dreams she helps shape, will ripple through the waking world, just as they ripple through the dreamlands. She is a bridge between two worlds, a guide for all who walk the path of dreams. As the stars begin to twinkle brightly overhead, Lila smiles to herself. She has embraced her role as the dream weaver, and now she is ready to help. Others embrace theirs. The dreamlands are vast and the dreamers are many, but each dream is important, each path is valuable. She is not alone on this journey. She is part of something much larger, something filled with endless possibility. With a final glance at the moon above, Lila takes a deep breath and walks forward, her heart filled with peace. She is ready to face whatever comes next. The Dreamweaver's journey is never truly over. It is a journey of creation, of possibility, of love and light. And with every step, Lila knows that she is shaping the world with the power of dreams. And so the Dreamweaver's journey continues. Lila walks through the waking world, a guide for all dreamers, helping them find their way and shape their paths. The dreamlands are vast, but no dream is too small, no path too dark. Lila is not just a weaver of dreams, she is a guide, a mentor, a beacon of hope and light for all who seek to create, to dream, to shape the world around them. The power of dreams is hers to wield, and she knows now that the journey is not about finding the way, it is about guiding others to their own dreams, helping them realize their potential, and walking beside them as they create the world they were meant to live in. The Dreamweaver's journey is never linear, and the path ahead stretches out before Lila like an endless tapestry, woven from the countless dreams that guide her and the worlds she helps shape. Though the dreamlands and the waking world are now intertwined in her soul, she understands that the journey has just begun. There are still countless dreamers yet to meet, paths still waiting to be created, and darkness yet to be balanced by light. As she walks the fine line between the worlds, Lila knows that she is not simply a weaver of dreams, she is the bridge between all realms. The creator of possibilities, the guide for those still lost in the shadows of their own doubts and fears. After her encounter with the young dreamer, Lila feels the weight of her new responsibilities more acutely. She has embraced the Dreamweaver's gift, but now she must learn to wield it with wisdom, empathy, and patience. With each step she takes, she feels more attuned to the vast, interconnected web of dreams and realities that she is now part of. The balance between light and shadow, creation and destruction, is fragile, and Lila must nurture it, just as one nurtures a tender plant, ensuring it grows strong, with roots that stretch deep into the heart of existence. Days pass, and Lila finds herself walking through the dreamlands, drawn toward a place she has never been. The air grows cooler, the skies shift from a warm amber to deep violet, and the ground beneath her feet becomes soft, almost like walking on clouds. The air smells faintly of jasmine and cedar, but there is something else in the breeze, something that stirs her heart, urging her forward. She follows the path that stretches out before her, the landscape shifting as she walks. The colors of the dreamlands blur into vibrant hues, bending and flowing around her like liquid light. The path ahead begins to form a bridge, its stone base bathed in a soft, glowing light. It stretches across a wide chasm, and beyond it, Lila can see the silhouette of a tower, a structure like none she has ever seen before. It stands at the very edge of the dreamlands, the apex of a mountain of glass and crystal. The tower seems to rise endlessly, its peak touching the stars themselves. Lila knows, without question, that this is the Tower of Dreams, the center of all creation, the place where the strongest dreams are forged and the balance of the dreamlands is carefully maintained. It is here that the Dreamweaver's path intersects with the fate of every dreamer, every creation, and every possibility. To enter the tower is to embrace the deepest mysteries of creation itself. As Lila approaches the entrance to the tower, she is stopped by a group of ethereal beings, their forms shimmering with light. They stand guard at the base of the bridge, their eyes glowing with ancient knowledge. These beings are the guardians of the dreaming path, the protectors of the tower and its secrets. One of them, a tall figure with wings made of starlight, steps forward. Their voice resonates with the sound of 1,000 dreams. "We have been waiting for you, Dreamweaver," they say, their tone both welcoming and solemn. "The time has come for you to face the final trial, To enter the Tower of Dreams is to see the very heart of creation, to confront the truths of both your own dreams and the dreams of others. Only those who are ready can pass through. Lila feels the weight of their words settle upon her. She is no longer the young dreamer who once wandered the dreamlands in search of meaning. She is now the dream weaver, a creator of dreams and a guide for all who wander. Her heart stirs with a mixture of anticipation and uncertainty, but she knows this is the next step she must take. "I am ready," Lila says, her voice steady, but with a hint of reverence for the challenge ahead. The guardians step aside, allowing Lila to cross the bridge. As she steps onto the stone path, the air shifts, becoming dense and charged with energy. The world around her seems to fade as she approaches the tower, and she feels herself drawn into the very heart of creation. She is no longer walking on solid ground, but floating through a space that exists beyond time, where the fabric of reality itself stretches and bends. At the center of the tower, in a vast, shimmering chamber, Lila finds herself standing before a large silver-framed mirror. Its surface reflects not her current self, but a version of herself that she has never seen, an image that is both familiar and strange. The figure in the mirror is standing tall, a symbol of strength and resolve, but Lila can see something more in her reflectioned out. The image in the mirror smiles at her, its eyes filled with both understanding and sadness. "This is the mirror of creation," the voice echoes through the chamber, a voice both ancient and wise. It shows the truth of the creator's heart, the light and the shadow, the dreams and the fears. To become a true dream weaver, you must face the truth within yourself. Do you dare to look into the mirror and see what lies there? Lila feels a deep breath catch in her throat, her mind racing. She has already faced the shadows of her fears, the doubts that once held her back. But this is something deeper, more personal. The reflection before her is not simply her past or her shadow, it is the very essence of who she has become, and who she still has the potential to be. With a steady breath, Lila steps forward and gazes into the mirror. As her gaze meets the reflection in the mirror, the world around her shifts. The mirror deepens into a vast, swirling vortex, pulling her into its depths. The air around her is thick with the weight of her thoughts, her fears, and her dreams. She sees flashes of moments in her life, some of joy, others of sorrow. She sees the child she once was, filled with hope and innocence, standing in the quiet of the village, looking up at the stars, wondering what the future would hold. She sees herself growing older, learning the lessons of the world, encountering the pain and loss that are part of life. She sees herself standing at the gates of the dreamlands, unsure of the path before her, wondering if she was worthy of the gift she had been given. She sees the trials she faced, the darkness of the shadows, the uncertainty of her choices, the fear of failure, and she realizes that every step, every moment of doubt has led her to this point. With each passing moment, the reflection shifts, becoming a vision of herself as the dream weaver, strong, wise, compassionate, but still unsure of her ability to balance the light and the dark, the hope and the despair. It is a reflection of her true self, a dreamer who creates, but who also feels the weight of every choice she makes. "I am the dream weaver," Lila whispers to herself, "but I am also the dreamer. I shape the world with my heart and my dreams. But I must understand that every dream has its consequences. To create is to embrace both the light and the shadow, the hope and the fear. I must learn to weave them together, to understand their balance." As Lila gazes into the mirror, she feels a deep sense of peace wash over her. She has come to understand that the Dreamweaver's gift is not just about creation. It is about understanding the responsibility that comes with it. She must guide the world of dreams with both wisdom and compassion, balancing light and dark, hope and despair. A mirror slowly fades, and Lila feels herself return to the dreamlands. The guardians are waiting for her, their faces full of pride and approval. They nod as she approaches, their eyes filled with silent respect. "You have done it, Dreamweaver," one of the guardians says, their voice full of reverence. "You have faced the truth within yourself, embraced the balance of creation, and understood the weight of your responsibility. The dreamlands are yours to guide, and with your heart, you will shape the future." Lila stands before the guardians, feeling the full weight of her power, her purpose, and her potential. The dreamlands are vast, and the future is full of possibilities. She knows that her journey is far from over, but she also understands now that she is not just a creator of dreams. She is a guardian of them, a guide for all who seek their path. As she looks out over the dreamlands, Lila knows that the tapestry of dreams is infinite, and with each thread she weaves, she is shaping not just the dreamlands, but the world of the waking. She is a dreamweaver, and her legacy will be one of light, shadow, and balance, a legacy that will live on in the dreams of all who follow the path she has forged.